You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting season. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather around the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got the fans. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna listen, dream, gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing the song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready for one more chance. You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting season. Come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather around the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Yo. Going on, everybody?
What's
Welcome.
up, everyone?
Hell of an intro, my friend. Dang.
Oh,
You got a
thanks.
lot of mothers on this show, dude.
Got a lot of
I was
mothers?
watching that, I was like, "Dag, I don't even have that many friends."
Oh, man. That's
It's a good
It's
thing you
like
cut
that.
those children of the damned off, though. They almost had me. It was-
Yeah, I like all the little references about the gather around the boys and girls. Those are the type of boys and girls we gather around for our show. So, but yeah, welcome to the PlayStation Collectors Podcast. This is season 4, episode 3. Fucking gonna be a banger, dude. So as always, we got Figsy with us as a co-host. What's up, Figsy?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
The figs.
Might sound a bit different too. I have fixed my microphone after like 6 years of using it.
You had to fix your microphone. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I like
Still sounds
watched a
like
10-minute YouTube video on how to fix the microphone, and it sounds better.
I'm messing with you.
I had to fix mine, too. It turns out talking out of your ass is just an expression. I was doing it wrong.
You gotta practice like Ace Ventura, man.
That's right.
Returning for the second time, welcome back to the show, Mr. Joel Vallie. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
I don't even remember what we talked about the first time I was on. Was it just video games? Is that what it was?
Mostly we talked about ease a lot. I think we talked about you were selling your collection or you're just getting started, about why you were doing that. Some of the health stuff. Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff. It was a good episode.
Gotcha.
And
I felt like a lifetime ago. I was on the show before my break.
that was a long time ago. And then joining us for the first time, we have Mr. J. Bidwell. What's going on, man?
Okay.
What's up? Thank you, guys. Yeah, Joel hit me up. He's like, hey, you want to come on this podcast? And I saw it was about video games. I was like, oh, good. Horror movies and video games. If there's two things I know, it's horror movies, video games,
Mhm.
and
That's
and
awesome.
beer and whiskey. Well, that's a different podcast.
No, we can incorporate that in. I'm sure that's not a problem. But yeah, I just like I was saying before the show, like we just end up naturally talking about horror movies and video games and horror games more than anything else on the show. Like that's like there's two topics that usually come up: it's horror games and Metal Gear Solid. For some reason, those are the two things we always end up talking about. So
On my
Oh,
sitcom podcast, we
JRPGs
also
have a
only
big
talk horror
talk
movies.
too, but it's kind of like the two genres. You either have like crazy JRPG fans or crazy horror fans. It's one or the other.
What did you say, Jay?
I said, even on my co-host on my podcast has to rein me in all the time. We talk about TV shows. He's like, can you stop talking about Chucky, please, for 5 seconds so we can get back to the Bob Newhart show?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a genre in cinema that I know the most about, it's horror. I feel like I've seen every horror flick there is. It's crazy.
horror has always been like strangely enough like a comfort thing for me. It's like always been like what I go to as a default. Like if I just like I don't know what I want to watch and I'm not looking, like I'll just scroll through horror movies because it's one of those genres. Like what I like it doesn't require it to be like this huge AAA Hollywood budget or whatever. Like it honestly like can just be a passion project and still be amazing, and that's why I love it. Like there's more creativity in that scene. I feel there's more DIY stuff, which I really like. So,
Hey, quick question, Joe. spur of the moment thing. Maybe it's hard to do. I don't know. Does StreamYard give you a link where I can just put it in and then it'll stream on my channel?
I think so.
Yeah. You can do that at the top of the screen,
says
top
stream
right.
your
You should have
audience.
like a button that you can click where you can like.
Unless
add
you
your
don't want me
stream.
to stream it to
No,
my
go
channel.
ahead. Of course. No, go nuts, man. The more the merrier. Yeah, you can stream to your channel. Speaking of which, Figsy, I don't think it didn't let me stream to your X channel anymore. Apparently, you have to be a premium member to do that now.
I didn't even know.
Also,
You
I'm not going to pay
could.
for social media.
I'm a loser.
But I'm
and
not
I do.
surprised, you know.
How
What are
important
we
is that blue check?
streaming on now? Like free platforms? It's not even worth it.
Yeah, I pay for it just because I don't like ads, and you still get them. So what the hell? I don't know. Whatever. So I thought it would improve my reach. No, not really. No.
You probably did the first like few days to get you hooked, and then they just cut it off.
The
I'm
only
just
thing that
getting notifications for people I don't even follow. Like, why are you sending me notifications for
Oh, I
random
hate it.
accounts?
yeah, that happens all the time, and then I always have to check. Am I following this person? Like constantly, I'm like, who the hell is this? Because you know on X, it's like you hit follow, and sometimes they're like, there's like 7 people you should follow. That go with them. I'm like, sure. And I'll just hit the button and like put them all on there. Oh, I don't think you hit the right button.
No, that's usually what happens when Reggie joins. He'll disappear and then come back. So
Yeah. Oh, and he's gone. Oh, that's right. It's got some weird thing to do with that. But
have
yeah.
you seen on X now that they had an option to have like a gold account, and it was for businesses, but now normal people can pay like $1,500 a month and have like the business account
For their
like regular people
OnlyFans
can
business.
do it. Yeah,
That's how you really grow.
Stream Yard says I got to log in to share this with my audience.
Maybe.
I mean, that seems pretty reasonable.
Log
Having to
in,
log
or
in.
create an account to send this stream to your social accounts.
I mean, that's fair. Otherwise, I'd be streaming to PewDiePie's channel right now.
Right.
For sure. 100%.
I'd be streaming the media glitch and get you canceled for sure.
Oh, that'd be really fun. You just
So-
go on and do ridiculous stuff to people you don't like on their channels. Get them banned. Oh man, I love it. That'd be great.
No, they just do crypto scams on those channels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this is the only benefit I found of paying for X is that if you reply, you get boosted in the replies. So if you want to be a reply guy, you can leech off of popular accounts and stuff like that. And like I've just noticed because like I'll reply to something and it'll be like 12,000 interactions. I'm like, well, of course that gets all the interactions. Anything I put out, like 30 people saw it. I'm like, all right, well.
So do you get the
Cool.
little the blue check, that thing or
Mhm.
whatever?
Yeah, I have the blue check.
Now he's doing it on purpose.
I'm
He's like,
I
oh,
offended
you're
you."
a blue check guy? I'm out.
Exactly. Blue check.
Nah, sorry. I had to sign in with my brand new account that I just made.
There you go.
So now I'm going to try to stream it to my audience.
All right. Yeah, I think this is what happened when Reggie tries to do it. It boots
Yeah,
him
it's
out.
usually the one.
Yeah.
They don't make it easy.
So you can hide your check if you're embarrassed about your little blue check mark. But yeah, it's funny
So
how
if you
that
don't want
changed.
people to know that you pay for Twitter, because people were doing it initially, and then in the comments they were all like, "You pay for Twitter."
Way back when I started my first podcast, it was a comedy discussion podcast, but it was called Hard to Swallow. So all I got followed by was like porn accounts and George Lopez. And for some reason, I think George Lopez still follows me. So, hey, bud, how's it going?
That's because he was like, man, me and this guy have like 3,000 mutuals. I should follow him.
Oh, that's gold.
Yeah, man. So
I'm having a hard time here. Stream. Oh, I see. I can only pick one.
So
What'd I
Jay,
do, YouTube or media? Twitch.
oh, I don't know. You have to choose within your heart. I mean, so in case anybody doesn't know, Jay is starring in a new movie that just came out. It's called Deer Camp 86.
Yes. Look at that beautiful Blu-ray.
Dude, it's dope. So it's a horror movie if you can't guess, and it's like the perfect type of horror movie. It's like takes place in the 80s, and
Pretty
it
close.
takes place in a cabin in the woods. what else do you want, guys? I mean, to me, like, I'm sold. Like, pretty much any horror movie where the premise is going to be at a cabin in the woods, I'm down. Like, that's just the best setting for any horror movie ever.
Me as a horror fan reading the script was like, oh, they want me to play in this? What? I was like, I get to have fun. I get to be the goofy a-hole.
Yeah, you were great. So it was I went when I was like I told my girlfriend, I'm like, oh, we're gonna have someone on the show. She's like, who's gonna be? I'm like, the guy who played Buck. She's like, oh, that guy's great. It's funny. I'm like, hell yeah, it's gonna be great. It's really exciting. So I actually went to school, believe it or not, for English and writing, and I took classes on horror fiction. And this was a fun one because horror has like unspoken rules. You know what I mean? Like where certain things have to happen or are supposed to happen.
Kevin Williamson taught us all that, didn't he?
I don't know.
He's the writer of Scream.
Okay, so
the meta aspects of horror. Yeah.
So yes, but that's that's more like the slasher films and stuff. So for horror, like
I don't like the way you said slasher first. You took a real tone there.
Yeah, no, I like slasher films. I'm See, so the only thing that this thing didn't have that most slasher films had is egregious tits. That was the only thing missing from the 80s.
Well, mine were in there.
Horror.
If you look real close.
Yeah, they were, but I'm just saying,
it
should be egregious amounts of tits, just ludicrous amounts of tits for no reason. Like they're just like, anyway. But
I made a pact that I would never have tits in any of my movies.
Really?
100%.
Even the movie The Tit that you made? How are you going to do that? How's that going to work?
You'll have to see.
He said tits, plural. Tit is one.
Jesus.
Yes. He uses all CGI and dummies and real effects, but no, like, so what the whole point was like, one of the things about horror that is always interesting is like, the people who die, they always have to like deserve it in some way or another, or they have to like break some rule or make some bad decision or do something that they're not supposed to do, or there's always something like you're not supposed to just kill people for no reason. There's always supposed to be some reason that they die.
I feel like in the 80s that was, especially in slasher movies, that was very common. Not so much anymore, I think.
Well, now everybody wants to subvert expectations and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. But that was actually what I thought was fun about this, because I think this movie did a really good job being creative about it, because it was kind of like a mystery at first. And then you're like, kind of like, why is this happening? And I don't understand quite a bit. And then, it makes more sense at the end. And then, like, I watched it a second time, and, like, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but, like, one of the characters gives like a little speech where she's like, all right, you're not, when you go out, make sure you do this, and you make sure you're doing that, make sure you're doing this, make sure you're doing that. And I'm like, yeah, no, they didn't do any of that. No, they're screwed. So that was fun. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very creative.
Disrespectful people get very disrespected in this film. It's good.
Exactly. But that's the fun about horror movies. Is like, in a way, not everybody deserves it, but they do deserve it. It's not even that they deserve it morally. It's just like they made a bad decision almost, or like they just went against rules or the natural order of things.
Actually, the only line I even debated them in the script was actually a line that was a very abundantly clear, like, breakdown of foreshadowing what's going to happen to a certain character. And I was like, this is just too on the nose. And they kind of fought me on it for a day or so. But then, like you said, no spoilers, but they ended up fixing it in a way that made it way more interesting. So I was very grateful they actually listened, because the way it was written was like a paragraph of like, hey, this is going to happen soon because of this. And I did not like that. But no, they were always really cool about changing something on the fly, or if you had a better line, which is always awesome. And Joel knows the team. They're amazing people to work with.
Makes a good working
I'd read that script, man, long before you were cast and stuff like that, and there was a lot of changes that had happened, and and they kept happening as it was going. So
I'll be honest with you. I think the real star of the movie was that Suburban. Oh my god, that thing was beautiful, dude. I love that thing. I literally am obsessed with those old Chevys. Like when I was in high school, my buddy had like a full-size Blazer, And dude, we used to tear around in that thing all the time, and I freaking loved it. So as soon as I saw that thing, I was like, "Oh my god, I love this
I had a good
truck
time
so
fake
much."
driving it.
Yeah, your character was so excited to drive it. I'm like, that would be me. That literally would be me. I'd be like, "I'm driving it." This thing's freaking awesome. Like a giant.
That scene is when it first felt like a movie. Is when they had that thing on the back of a trailer rig and all the cameras set up on. I was like, "Whoa, this is a real movie."
Yeah, because you're only fake driving it, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, they're towing us down the road on a trailer with the cameras.
I wonder if am I wrong? Did Kronk? No, that's not right. Because there are scenes where and I feel like was that first day of shooting when we were driving down that highway and we're going past the that sign where you see the girls.
I don't know. I wasn't there for that, so I'm not sure. I think Kronk did drive in certain scenes.
Yeah, I feel like Kronk was the one who was driving that. So
when they rip out of the bar parking lot and that giant puddle sends a wall of water up, I think that might have been him.
And I don't know if you know this, but we had originally had a big set of testicles balls that were going to be on the back of the truck, and I think they forgot them. And yeah, I don't know if anyone knows that because I don't think it appears anywhere on the movie, if I remember correctly.
No, I think I would have remembered that.
Yeah, it was like on the hitch part. There was going to be this set of balls.
You know what? It's kind of cliche now, so maybe it's probably good they forgot.
Yeah, because you see them now.
Yeah,
right. So it's like, like I know the movie just came out, but it feels like we filmed this thing forever ago.
We did.
Well, when did you guys film it?
We did film it forever ago.
2020 during COVID.
Okay.
2020 was a lifetime ago, so yeah.
Which is why there's all fake names on there. There's it's an interesting story I can tell you if you want to know.
Yeah, what the director's name didn't seem real. It was like
with like code restrictions and blah,
neither
blah,
should
blah.
the writers.
The director was AI.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think even during the when we would talk about it for a while, we weren't able to say who the real directors and writers were. We can now, but a lot of it has to do with just gosh, I don't even know how to say. It was more like what they're known for. The companies that they have are more of a conservative audience, and that was one of the biggest reasons.
Don't you think they missed a real opportunity to throw the name Alan Smithy on there, though? Are you familiar with that?
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny if they actually put Alan Smithy's name on it and it was a good movie for a change? That'd be great.
That'd be awesome. Sorry, we're getting flooded in New Mexico.
I was just gonna say, I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know how to turn. Okay, just stop.
Tornado warning or something. Everybody all right?
No, it's flooding.
Oh, fun.
A flood warning, and so.
Dude, honestly,
if we see the water guy going up, we'll start to get worried.
He's like,
as a game collector, I don't know if I could live somewhere that there was like lots of flooding and tornadoes and all that shit. That would freaking give me anxiety, bro.
It's all plastic. It's all gonna burn anyway.
I've lived in a basement.
It's all gonna burn.
In it. That was terrifying enough.
What was that?
You gonna do like a Viking funeral with your games, Joel? You gonna like put them in a boat with you and shit and light them all up? What do you mean?
I don't know.
All gonna burn.
I'm a collector, but like, I and I think I've talked about this. I always feel like I have the games. The games don't have me. If something happened to them, who cares?
Yeah,
you move on.
Like, maybe they're insured then. Yeah, 100% with that ownership.
No, I said I lived in a basement that flooded with my collection one time, and that was heartbreaking.
Oh yeah.
I lost actually a bunch of my original like console boxes in that. I was like, no.
Yeah, not to say that it wouldn't be hard, but it's more like life would go on.
And water's the worst because you don't know where to start. Your heart's just broken. You're staring at all your shit floating. You're like, what do I go for first?
Yeah. No,
I reckon fire would be the worst. I've seen a few collections that the houses are burnt down, and it's just heartbreaking to look at. But water's like, is it the same? It's all got to go. Nothing's replaceable with water. The disc might work, but all the cardboard and the artwork's all gone.
Yeah, no, I would die in the house trying to protect my games, burn alive with them. Like that motherfucker. I'm like, no, not the variants. No.
Yeah, they'd be like, he saved his dog, but then he went back in and died with everything else. What?
Yeah, it'd be like Pee Wee Herman, you know that when he keeps running out with all the
Oh,
animals.
the snake.
Yeah,
The
Was there
snake
another
was
dog in
hilarious.
there? No, that was a
going back
video
in.
game.
just keep going back in, dude. That's like the funny. I love that movie so much. Like Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Seriously, like one of the and people ask like, "What's your favorite Tim Burton?" I always say that. That's the best movie, dude.
We did a whole episode for our podcast on him when he died. Him and
Yeah.
Gilbert Gottfried, I think, are the only two that have gotten like whole memorial episodes so far.
What speaking of, what's the name of your podcast? Where can people listen to it?
Pretty much everywhere. So we talk about TV sitcoms, and it's called Sitcom My Face,
Nice, dude.
a situation comedy podcast. So everything else we thought of was taken. So we knew that wasn't taken. So we took that name. Yeah,
Sorry,
we've been doing
Monty
it a couple years
Python.
now. It's fun. It's on everything: Spotify, YouTube, this and that, and, iTunes.
Yeah, that immediately makes me think of Monty Python. That sit on my face, tell me that you love me. That song's amazing. So.
When you sit there for an hour and throw out every TV related name you could think of and it's already taken, I literally was just like, Sitcom My Face. And we laughed for 45 minutes. It was like, I guess that's it. I think that's it. Yeah.
That's the one. That's cool, man. So, like, specifically, it's just about sitcom comedies. And
yeah, pretty much every episode we do a deep dive into a certain show. We've done everything from Full House and Clarissa Explains It All to Taxi and the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
it's pretty sick, dude.
So we're doing happy endings coming up. Not those ones, but you know, the show.
Ew.
And like I said, Bob Newhart just died today. So we did the Bob
Yeah, it's
Newhart
sad.
show, but now it gives us a reason to go maybe do Newhart coming up.
Bob Newhart died today.
He did.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's on a million. Wasn't he in Big Bang? Wasn't he Professor Proton?
I think he was on there. I never seen it yet, but yeah, I think he was
Yeah.
on there.
Oh, you haven't
was an
seen
elf.
Big Bang? Oh well, you guys got to do that one. I mean, I'm not
dude,
gonna
I
say
tried to watch
I'm not
it.
gonna say it's good, but
I don't watch much TV, but I've watched every single episode of that.
That's
Yeah.
one of those that it's you know when things are so popular you kind of don't watch them out of spite.
Yes.
It was one of those. I'll get to
I
it.
started watching it from episode 1 just because the trailers look good on TV, and you know, by season 3, it's like fucking you got to watch The Big Bang. But then by the later seasons, you know, they changed the direction of the show to go with popularity and things.
I'm the asshole who hasn't watched most of Star Wars either. So
well, I mean, most of it now you shouldn't watch. So you're
I
not.
think I've seen episode
think it's-
2 and 3, and I was like, I'm good. I don't need any more of this. Thank you.
As long as you've watched 4, 5, and 6, that's all you need, right?
I have not.
So
I get all my Star Wars knowledge from Kevin Smith movies.
there you go.
Kevin.
What was I gonna say? Oh shit! What was I gonna say before that?
You were going to ask us a question about the movie.
About which movie?
Deer Camp.
No, I was actually gonna ask you about your movie, Joel. So Joel is also into the horror realm, and he has directed a film called A Beautiful Prison. Not a beautiful, it's just Beautiful Prison, right? There's
It's
no
funny because when it came out,
Mhm.
PlayStation and iTunes labeled it A Beautiful Prison,
Yeah,
and no one could find the stupid thing. It's supposed to be called Beautiful Prison, which oddly enough, Amazon has messed up Deer Camp as well, and they put up the wrong digital version of Deer Camp. So if you're gonna buy the movie, buy it on Apple or Walmart. I mean, digital the physical's fine, Amazon, right?
hmm
But if you're buying it digitally, buy it from one of those, you know, Apple or iTunes, you know what, and a Walmart, something like that.
Or just throw me $5 so you can come to my house and watch it.
there you go.
Yeah. Jay will give you a first.
Watch as well. Sweet.
Yeah, there you go.
He will personally show it to you, lap dance, the whole 9 yards.
That's actually the way to go. I'm going to be honest. That's a deal in this deal. So basically, why don't you tell us a little bit about what that film? I watched that the other day too. That's free to watch on Tubi as well, guys. If you'd like to see Joel's film.
Yeah, Beautiful Prison is now on Tubi. It's it was on Amazon and on Prime and all the platforms for a while. I mean, you can still buy those digitally, I think.
Okay.
A physical copy though, will run you about $300.
Yeah, I was looking and I couldn't see anything. I saw like maybe one DVD for sale. I was like, what the heck?
Sometimes they come up and they're pretty expensive because it's an out of print DVD now. And so but what was the question?
Well, I just wanted to kind of provide maybe a synopsis of what it is and kind of what made you inspired you to make it. And it's pretty deep, I feel like.
Yeah, I take a lot of stuff from my life, and of course, the writer of Beautiful Prison, he was my co-writer. We wrote it together, Eric Mashila. We've been working on stuff for years. We also did a TV show not too long ago after Deer Camp called Behind the Yellow House. And so we've been working together for a while. So when he told me, hey man, I wrote Deer Camp 86, man, you got to come out. So I was like, of course, man, I gotta be a part of this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I did have to leave a little early because I was filming the Nintendo Switch commercial for Sydney Hunter and the Curse of the Mind, which I think you guys are familiar with.
Yep.
We shared that on the show last time you were on.
Yeah. But that movie, I took a lot of elements from my own life, you know, with the suicide of my stepdad and the beatings from my real dad, stuff like that, you know, all that was encompassed in that. And oh, look at Ty Lord. I have Beautiful Prison on DVD.
You won't for long if it's worth that much. He'll be like, all right, going to eBay right now.
I know, right? He won't exactly. He's like, oh, that thing, I can get $200 for it. And I always, well, how do I explain? Beautiful Prison is a very hard movie to explain. But it is also a love letter to people who love cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to make a movie. I wanted to make a movie that basically went through every single genre, because I guess
felt like that sometimes.
Genre blending is like so-called impossible to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I did it pretty well in Beautiful Prison.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a huge nod to Sleepaway Camp, which is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do the face?
Well, kind of. So basically, what Beautiful Prison, the girl's name is Angela, who's obviously Angela is also the name of the girl in Sleepaway Camp. And I wanted the ending to be kind of hit you in the gut, which I think Beautiful Prison does if you watched it all the way through. When you get to the ending, you're like, holy smokes. And that's how the ending of Sleepaway Camp is. And I said, all right, Angela, now you just have to kind of look towards the camera crazy, you know, and end on a shot of Angela. And that's how I ended Beautiful Prison, just like they ended Sleepaway Camp. Of course, there's no comparison. The Sleepaway Camp ending is 100% insane. So,
did you just spoil the whole movie for me?
No.
Okay, good.
Are we supposed to hear audio?
Oh, I could play audio as well. I don't know if it'll come through.
Oh.
And you know that.
Can you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'd rather he move into the house with us.
Seems
and
like
live
there's
in
an
this
echo.
godforsaken institution.
No!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's some good looking blood.
Start getting
I mean,
That
grape
was,
jelly.
uh,
It's just
oh,
grape jelly,
why?
right?
That's the people that did like Machete with
Oh.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, that's some good looking blood.
Yeah, what I also appreciated too is like certain scenes that had just like an excessive amount of blood,
Yeah.
like just an absolutely way too much. Which I've talked about a million times, but like
So all those scenes are filmed in the same place where we filmed Deer Camp.
oh really?
Oh, really?
Yep, it's up there, same city.
Ben! Wake up!
Kind of. It's close. It's pretty close to where.
What year was this filmed?
Mashila and I filmed this, man. This is in, I don't even remember, dude. He would know. Mashila is like a walking encyclopedia of information. And then I did way too many drugs when I was young. And so I can't remember a thing, bro.
Stop, dude. You've been bragging all night, bro. Oh, look at all the drugs I've done. Oh, look at all the movies I've made.
Stop.
It goes hand in hand.
I'm trying to place
Gotta
it from
live
that
my life.
scene with all the trees in the background, like Illinois or maybe like.
Well, the majority of it's filmed in Mexico, in the country
Oh,
of Mexico.
really?
Mhm.
Okay.
And then our second unit was filmed up there on Kronk's stage. I forget what it's called.
That was that house in Mexico, the haunted one that you got shown.
That house that was shown, that's in Manistee, Michigan.
Okay, I was going to say that's an American house.
Yeah.
So I play this game GeoGuessr, which is like a geography game, and I was chatting to someone this week about movies. That being good at this game ruins movies. We're talking about this scene that he's seen that's like scene set in New York, and then they walk out of the restaurant, and the guy sees a pole that's only in California.
Right.
But
Dude, I could see that being a problem. That's hilarious.
But run that deer camp trailer.
yeah, for sure.
Well, I enjoy. Before we move off Beautiful Prison, I thought it was. I thought it did a really good job showing like how someone can be like trapped by anxiety and like seeing like, you know what I mean, like I don't know, man. Like I have anxiety problems sometimes, and like the way he was acting, and like the when he sees people and they all turn into demons and stuff, it was pretty powerful. A lot of it, like I thought it was pretty impressive, man.
He says the house is up by him. Yeah.
Yeah. Eddie's from Michigan, so
Makes sense. It looked like Michigan trees. And
actually
everything.
Jay and I are kind of we both born in Muskegon, right?
Yeah. Born with same hospital, right? Born in Hackley?
No, you're Hackley and I was General.
Yeah.
I think didn't you tell me someone else told me. I think
they're both gone.
Oh, they're both gone?
I think so, yeah.
Both are.
I'm trying to remember where General was.
But it's pretty crazy, like how you know, we meet on the set of Deer Camp, and we're actually born in the same city.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's pretty wild, you know.
Small world.
And I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
We were talking about MASH the other day, and I think one of the guys from MASH was from Muskegon, right? And my buddy was Googling it, and he goes, according to Google, you're the third most famous person from Muskegon. I said, shut the fuck up. So get out of here.
Well, I definitely don't tell people I'm from Muskegon.
Yeah, right.
So
most people in Muskegon don't either. Yeah.
But yeah,
I just moved back last year. It's actually up and coming again. It's kind of nice to see shit happening in this town where, when you were a kid, grandpa and grandma's like, don't look at anybody, sweetheart. When you walk down the street, just close your eyes.
Lock the door as soon as you get home.
Right.
I'm going to put the trailer
serious thing here.
for Deer Camp 86 on, guys.
There it is. That beautiful, sexy beast. I meant the truck.
So good.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, sure you did.
It's good stuff. You gonna put the audio on, bro?
Could you just hear it before?
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard
okay.
it.
Before we even got out of the truck. They smell that.
All those VFX shots right there are mine.
Oh, by the way,
Boys, like a pipe
I
last
enjoyed
night.
the scene where you gave the guy the dip and he puked everywhere,
Bartender was found murdered.
because that is real. That's
yeah,
really
if
what
your
happens
first
if
time
you give
dipping.
someone every time you're like, oh, you've never done it? Here's a
girls
huge
go missing.
glove, and everyone just sits there and
Outsiders come up
watches
here
and waits.
take more than venison.
We did not come up here to get in any trouble, Your Honor.
Every time
Your
I see this
Honor.
trailer, I miss all these. It was cool chatting with Josh and Brian again the other day.
Committed on these lands.
There's David, our days of our life star. Is that the
General Hospital.
General Hospital?
So when he gets his legs pulled out like that reminded me of Evil Dead 1. The girl gets grabbed by the trees, or
The tree.
even into so bad, that scene where they just get dragged off into the woods like that.
Where are you going? I'm going back to Detroit, where it's safe.
I thought that was cute too. Simon's character, he's like the only one who was like, all right, guys, have fun.
I thought it was kind of cool too. Like he plays with a Simon throughout the film,
Yeah.
like the toy. And I remember thinking it was kind of cool that we actually had to shoot it each scene with the Simon and without the Simon, like a fake version of it, because they weren't sure if they'd be able to clear it.
Oh yeah.
I remember thinking that was kind of an interesting, like, I was like, oh, we might get to have this real 80s toy in here, but just in case, you got to fake it with this other one, you know?
So PR movie elite. It's Deer Camp 86, a movie that just It was in theaters. It's crazy how fast it's on Blu-ray now.
It was out for about a month, pretty close to a month.
Oh, Blu-rays and they come out crazy fast. I feel like these days. It's fucking
Yeah,
nuts.
well, you can pre-order a Blu-ray the day a movie comes out in theaters
Mhm.
nowadays. So,
Yeah, I got Dune 2. Like,
mhm.
I'm like, I feel like I just saw that in the movies theater like a week ago. So.
When I was all about the Best Buy Steel books, every time a movie would go to theaters, I'm like, I'll just pre-order the Blu-ray the day it's out. I don't gotta, I gotta really care about a movie to go see it in the theater, especially since COVID.
Mm-hmm.
But less people go to the movies now, right? Like more people are just waiting for it to hit streaming services. So they're getting to streaming services faster and different things like that.
I just want that physical copy.
Hell yeah.
It was great seeing Deer Camp. Like I've seen it so many times, just like different cuts of it as it was being edited and stuff. But to see it with an audience and an audience that had nothing to do with the film too.
Mm-hmm.
And watching their reactions and then the Q&As afterwards and stuff like that. That was fun. We premiered at Screamfest, and again, I'm bragging. I was all tied up on another shoot, couldn't go. So, Jay, how was that first time seeing it there at Screamfest?
Dude, so when I was 16 years old, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I was in the contest to be in what was going to be Halloween 9. And they had a big convention out in Pasadena for the 25th anniversary of Halloween. And in order to win this contest, you had to go to this convention. So I was in the top 25 in the world, and they drew a name out, and they made like a documentary on this whole convention. And I think it's called Halloween 25 Years of Terror. But I remember we were there. I lost this thing, and I was like heartbroken. But we went on like the Hollywood tour. And I was at the Chinese theater, and I remember telling my buddy, and he actually cried when this movie came there. He goes, "You stood outside that theater, and you said one day I'm going to have a movie premiere here." And he was so emotional. But he goes, "It took you 20 years, but you did it, buddy." So walking in that theater and sitting there with those people and just knowing what everyone was talking about, what was happening with it behind the scenes at that point, and yeah, it was probably one of the greatest moments of my entire life.
That's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah.
And
especially, weirdly enough, if you remember, Halloween Ends premiered in that same theater the night before.
Right.
So when we had our after party across the street at the Roosevelt, that after ours, the guy who played Michael Myers, James Jude Courtney, showed up to the after.
Yeah, you got a picture with him, right?
I had a Michael Myers shirt on under my sports coat blazer, and he signed the damn thing. I still have it in my closet. Yeah.
So one of the things that I think is a huge thing that happened is I feel like the decline of physical media in a lot of ways has killed the movie industry in general. Like it's hurt it like really badly in the sense that like I feel like, and I've heard this from like, actors and stuff like that, like all like the giant huge tentpole movies with huge budgets, they're not affected as much, but like a lot of lower budget films, they're not going to get made or released because it's too hard to make the money back in the theaters. And before, a lot of them would make the money on physical sales, the DVDs and stuff like that. And so like it just kills that middle to like lower end of movies to the point where just not being made as much. And that, takes away for how many movies are coming out in the theaters, and then people just aren't going as much. It's like a snowballing effect where like less is being made, people are going to the theaters less. It's harder to make money in the theaters, so less movies are being made, which causes less people to go to the theaters. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like the spiraling thing.
The thing I noticed is they say that DVD still outsells Blu-ray and 4K, right?
Yeah,
like
still king.
People
DVD is
still
king.
buy the cheaper version of the movies. But the people who collect physical media are all like mostly cinephile people who are still buying them. And I want the 4K over
that's what I buy.
The DVD. I'm not going to go buy the DVD usually of something if this 4K is out. So you have studios like Universal. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they'll put out like the Blu-ray of a new movie, like Abigail, for instance, just came out. A year from now, they'll put out the 4K. That's what they've been doing with all of their major releases. But then you have Paramount. Thank God. I don't know where Paramount came out of all this. like waving their flag, going physical media forever will never stop. So I think maybe they've acquired enough big titles from catalogs. Like I think they bought a bunch of the Weinstein stuff. Even like I think they own Scream now for Paramount. So they're over there waving the flag, going physical media forever, whereas other ones are going, I guess eventually. You know, it's like I'm not going to buy a new release on Blu-ray if I know a year from now I can get it on like The Omen, the Disney with the new Omen movie. I collect everything horror and The Omen. I fucking loved it. I even loved the new Omen. So I'm not going to buy it on Blu-ray. I know the 4K is down the road, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, is it
Maybe
a
put Prey
promo
on
tactic
4K.
to get a double dip? You know, they're
That's what
like,
they want
well,
you
let's
to,
get people to buy it now, and then once they've purchased it and we've got our sales, we'll put the 4K out because we know that they're going to buy it again.
Disney owns Predator as well from that acquisition of Fox. They put Prey out exclusively on Hulu, but did put out a 4K steelbook eventually. So I don't know. The way they're doing things is weird because you would think they'd want something like that for a streaming exclusive to be only on Hulu, but then they go put a 4K steelbook out. So
It's even worse in the TV industry because, you know, TV industry right now are basically going Amazon, Netflix, what can you offer us? And if they don't give them what they want, that's it. You can't just put your show on TV anymore. People don't watch normal TV.
And who at Netflix is choosing what goes to Blu? Like, why did Wednesday get a Blu-ray release, but so many of these great Netflix movies don't?
It's true.
Yeah, because if they do, you don't have to sign up to Netflix, and that costs them money. You know, they lose money by people buying the DVDs because they lose a subscription.
Well, I feel like if the world keeps going the way it does, these like with these easily offended freaking, you know what I mean?
Yes, we know what you mean.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
That's all you gotta say. We
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm offended just by you saying that.
Good.
With the recreational offended people.
But you know, they're slowly editing, they're slowly taking parts out of older films.
Yep.
And putting them on Netflix and stuff like that. They keep doing that crap. You're going to see a rise in physical media.
I heard they cut out Jessica Rabbit's vagina in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, man, on Disney Plus. What's that about, dude?
Yeah, where she does the leg and she goes like that. Yeah, like it's not even there anymore.
That was my childhood. You took away my childhood with that one frame.
The younger generations, they're not going to have the same lives we had.
Gordo Stein in the chat says, I just watched Deer Camp 2 nights ago. I like it. Nice twists at the end.
Good.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. But to your point about the censorship, it's not even like just that. It's like it's sometimes like the music licensing is a huge problem. Like my girlfriend, not that this would probably be an issue for anybody here, but she really likes that 90210 Beverly Hills 90210. And the original show.
Rest in peace, Shannon.
Yeah, she just
speaking of and they had the Peach Pit or whatever, and I guess they had like a ton of bands on there from that time period where they had guests.
Yeah.
And if they're on the streaming services, like a bunch of episodes, they're just not there because they didn't want to have to deal with the music and pay for the music, so they just don't have those episodes. And so she was like, "What the fuck?" So I have like the full. And I had to buy the DVD because there is no Blu-ray, there is no 4K. I had to go find out, and holy crap, DVD sets for TV shows that are out of print are, oh my god, are they expensive? Some of them are so expensive.
Is Beverly Hills? That's all out of print for sure, right?
I don't know. I mean, you can still get those new, I think, even if they're out of print. But that one's not that bad. But like, if you like more obscure shows, like she likes weird shows, like the show called like Heart of Dixie or something like that. And she was dropping some serious cash to get those because they were
Mill Creek and Shout Factory are constantly picking up old shows like that and re-releasing them though. So you never know. You might get
You do never know. That's
music on DVD, like I remember that 70s show on DVD was chopped to shit because of the music. Unfortunately, even I think the interstitials where they're dancing, I think they had to change a lot of that music. One of my favorite shows, I don't think it ever, I think in other countries it has, but Malcolm in the Middle, they put out one season on DVD and then realized how expensive relicensing the music was and it didn't sell well enough. So I don't think they ever put out the rest of it. And I would love to own that show on DVD.
Like, how can you even watch Malcolm in the Middle today?
I think it's on Hulu again now because I think there's, the issues with the the strikes and all that.
But
But I
then-
think
but then
there's
going
different
back
ways
to
you
the
can
other
stream
point, if-
something without paying
If there
a new
was a
license.
song in there that like the licenses have changed, that's gone. If there was a controversial scene, they remove it. Like if you want to watch it how it was 20 years ago, you need the DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even Wayne's World, when he goes to play Stairway to Heaven, he's not playing Stairway to Heaven anymore. If you watch it digitally, he's just
that on
playing some
Paramount?
random thing, and they're like, "Hey, no Stairway to Heaven," but it's
Yeah,
not
so-
Stairway.
Yeah, so fuck that, man. No way, dude. Like, that's just not acceptable, man. Like, I can't. That's the joke. You're ruining the joke. Like, I just don't want that. So,
Did you see the reviews for the new was it Jaws 3? The 4K just came out.
Is it bad?
no.
I guess people have found that they used AI on the crowds in the background. So if you zoom in, their faces are all fucked up, the extras and stuff.
They got like 6 fingers and crap.
yeah, you're like, what? Why? That movie,
growing out of their neck.
Yeah, literally, why?
why
The-
Jaws 3 of all the
I know.
What,
Well, I
what-
mean, if you're gonna mess one up, go ahead and take that one. That's
at least the revenge, sure, but not. I mean,
I saw in on X, like, there's a big. Everybody was celebrating because the Alien 4K like restored Sigourney Weaver's bush.
yeah. I got my alien shirt on right now.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So I guess like,
through the Grundies or what?
I guess they had like edited out. Yes, like she wears those little things and she could see some of her bush sticking out. And I guess they had edited that out on most of the releases.
Oh.
But they put that back in HDR 4K quality, guys. It's freaking yeah, man. They put the director's cut pubes in there.
I would have
People
put
know.
sales up.
Somebody mentioned that the other day about the cat and Alien, and I was like, "Oh, you talking about Sigourney's bush or the actual cat?" Because you got to
Yeah.
clarify.
It's just to show people she's not a ringer in real life.
But I just
Is that right, Pinky?
physical media will always be king
comment.
because what if it's not all the reasons we just said, it could just be literally like a director's cut that's on the DVD that they're not going to. What if they just don't feel like showing that one ever? What if there's an extra 20-30 minutes of movie and it just you never get to see it because it's only on streaming and they just don't bother with that. They don't
For
care.
a
But
long time, I think it was the laser disc of Scream 1 actually had the only extended version, and I think that they finally rectified that on the new 4K.
that's what I mean. Like,
But for all those years, everyone wanted the laser disc because it had like extra gore, like 2 extra minutes. It was a very short amount of time or something, but
doesn't matter. If it's the best definitive edition, that's the one that everybody wants. The same
if
as
it's the way Wes Craven wanted it, that's the
The
way
same.
we want to see it.
Oh,
People
speaking
don't
of,
like knowing that content's missing, full stop, even if they're not going to watch it.
I do have like a video game announcement I did want to mention before I forget. So, do you guys know how they came out with a Mario Kart Deluxe in Japan that had all the DLC supposedly on it? Do you remember that?
And then there's like another
I do remember
DLC.
that.
Okay, yeah. So Mario Kart Deluxe, they have like, all that seasonal DLC, all those extra maps. They came out with a physical in Japan that had the DLC included, but because they're idiots, it didn't have the last wave of DLC on the cart, just to annoy people like me. So it's got like 89% of the content, but it's just missing like 5 fucking maps or whatever, the last 8 maps or some shit like that. And it was expensive. It was like $85 to order this thing. So I was like, I'm not going to order it. That's just too expensive. I'm going to hold off. But if you, do you remember Nintendo Revised that we had on Figsy?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's an account on X called Nintendo Revised, and they're really big on testing cartridges to find which cartridges have like the most up-to-date version of them on them and what, all that stuff. Anyway, they got tipped off by a fan that there was an Asian English reprint of this game, and
With an ESB logo or something?
it has an ESBS. It's an Asian English thing, but it has an ESRB logo on it, and supposedly it has been reprinted with the newest patch on it, and supposedly all the content is now on this cartridge. And if you guys want, if you go to Nintendo Revised, if you go to their YouTube channel, they have a video on it and where you can order it if you want to at your own risk. I ordered a copy for $85 and it's on the way. And I hope, I'm hoping that is correct and it has the updated version with all the content, but I'm not guaranteeing jack shit. So if you buy it and you don't get it, don't yell at me. But I'm
Or we can just wait for Joe to get it, guys, and he can be our test dummy. And
but people yell at me when I do that. I talk about it, and they're like, "Well, where'd you get it?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't want to say because I haven't gotten it yet. I don't want people to buy it and then get mad." But if you want to go buy it, go buy it. It's on their website. But I just wanted to bring that up because I think that's really cool. Because if it is a complete version, that's huge. Because then that's definitely the one you want. I can see that everywhere.
I'll buy from Play Asia just because their versions are cheaper than ours half the time.
So this one's not from Play Asia. It was from some weird company called like Nintendo Soup or some shit like that.
Well, I was just saying, I think they might have the opposite of Australia. They're usually cheaper, I feel like, than we are for a lot of titles.
Well, they are.
Or sometimes you can get, like, if it's a franchise, you can get a collection for even cheaper than one game here if it's been out.
Yeah. Well, you can go on Play Asia and get the Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster collection for $100, or go on eBay and
PS4 though, right? You can't get the
PS4
PS4 version though.
Right now, the yen or whatever, the Japanese dollar is like super weak compared to the dollar. So that's also like it's fucking like you get games right now like $25 US.
Well, I used to do all the limited run stuff, and now I just wait for it to go on Play Asia, their version.
or I wait for it to go on Video Game Plus and order them.
I have a really big problem
with them in the week.
Limited run, I have a big problem with. I am addicted to Play Asia, but they don't have Final Fantasy Pixel Remastered. PlayStation there, though, do they?
No.
I got it on the Switch. Yeah, but it's the English version, And if I was going to play those games, I'd probably want to play them on the Switch anyway.
Nah, man, screw the Switch.
It blows my mind that there wasn't even like an Asian PS4 release. Why?
Well, it was. It got canceled.
Why?
I got my money back.
I just don't understand. Like, why do you guys not want money so much? I don't understand. I don't.
All my eggs in the basket that this will get reprinted and it'll always be reprinted.
Just remember, this is Square, the same company that's like, we had a terrible year and our numbers are down and our sales are down and we really need to figure out how to make some money. I'm like, you idiots. You guys literally are like, you can just print money and you won't. I
would love to have that Pixel remastered on the PlayStation. But
I want to get it, but I'm not spending more than $100 to own it. That's on principle,
That's crazy, man.
I'm not.
No way I'm spending $1,000 to buy a game that's on another system for $100. It just, in my head, it doesn't make sense, Right. And I would be disappointed if I did that. So I'm not going to do it. And in other news, I got some Australian news. Shout out to the collector on Instagram, Old Man Collects Video Games, for breaking this news. So in Australia, 2 years ago, 13 Sentinels got released, like a really low print for EB Games for $99, sold out, went on eBay for like $120. Anyway, just like this week, Big W announced that they've got new copies for $24, which have a release date of the 4th April 2022. So what we've speculated is they were meant to put this out 2 years ago, misplaced the copies, and have found like a box of 10,000 copies. They've released them all at $24, and these all were on eBay. Like the games on eBay selling every day for like $70 or $80. These are coming factory sealed as well. So if you want a copy, Big W have them for $24. Shipping's $4, so you can get one shipped for $28. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. Don't miss out.
I think isn't that a pretty common game here in the US, right?
In the US it is, but it's in Australia it's really expensive.
Even the PS4 version I know I see a lot. I don't know about the Switch version, but I see the PS4 version a lot here.
I almost picked it up. I thought about it, but I was like, like when am I going to play that
game? It's like a vanillaware title, similar to like Dragon's Crown or Odin's Spear or something.
That's what I was saying. That was one of the ones Best Buy, for some reason, like I don't know if it didn't sell it that well at first, and they clearanced it out for $9.99. I bought a bunch of copies and put them up on my eBay store a couple years back.
I would still debate
it says Atlas on it, which if an Atlas game's $10, that's a license to print money, right?
They did the same thing with, it was one of the Shantae games. Best Buy, probably the same thing. They found a box in the warehouse. Oh crap, these are like 5 years old, and they clearanced out one of the Shantae games, and I did the same thing.
I ordered a Shantae game from Best Buy, and it took 2 years. 2 years to get to me.
Oh, it's probably a limited run release.
It's a limited run.
Yeah, that's why.
I did the same thing. I bought that slip cover to get all 5 of them, and I had 4 of them for 2 years, and I ended up selling it because I got sick of waiting for the last one to arrive.
Yeah,
it was that last one.
Yeah, I just got so sick of it that I just sold the rest of them. Went, fuck this.
Was it this one? Is this the last
Yeah,
one?
yeah,
I think that's the first one, isn't it?
It's the first one, but
It's
it was
the
the
first
last
one,
to
but
come
it's the
out.
last one they
Oh,
released.
gotcha.
And
The
it's
PS5 version.
2
You mean? Yeah.
years. You know, I remember when they
Yeah, but that
they're
was
like
the
your
cover
pre-order's
box
ready.
for
I'm
it.
like,
So we had an empty spot on our shelf for 2 fucking years.
Oh, you didn't see the statue set they put out after that?
Or the skateboards.
No, there was that too. There was a statue though where they wanted you to buy them all again on a different console, and they gave you like figures that you piece into this giant statue, and people were like, "Fuck
Right,
you!"
and you had to get all of them.
yeah. Like what the hell?
Shantae, when I think of Limited Run, when I want to describe why that it's a joke company, Shantae is a perfect example. Like, how many Shantae games are out there now from Limited Run? 100,000?
Didn't they do body pillows of her too? And you're like, isn't that a child? Like,
when they were doing their showcase, I was joking. Like somebody was like, "You gonna watch the showcase?" I'm like, "Hell yeah! I want to see which the new Shantae and the new FMV games are coming out." And I'm not even fucking joking. And then they had a new Shantae and like 2 FMV games they announced. And I'm like, which is fine. I like those games, so I'm happy they're coming out. But it was just like you can predict it at this point.
I actually just got one of my last orders, the Shredder's Revenge updated one and the Gargoyles game.
So I was gonna buy Gargoyles, but Nintendo Revised actually said that game's fucking broken and had some sort of game breaking bug on it or something. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it. But it's also one of those things where it's like, it's like if you do a jump at the end of a certain level, that's what bugs it out. So if, as long as you don't fucking do that, you'll be fine. But
I think I have one more order coming from them.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be in the game, and it should be fixed. They're not wrong. It's just like, I don't know. But that shit does kind of put like a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, why would I want to buy a nice preserved physical copy that's fucking broken?
But I mean, there's a lot of games that you can break them, like have those things in them. Old school. They're just keeping it retro, man.
I have thousands of videos on my YouTube. I break every game. I can break any game. I just find every issue, unfortunately.
I mean, I broke Elden Ring on PS5 the other day,
Yeah.
Dude, I broke Arkham Asylum, bro. And I wrote them Rocksteady, and they're like, we can't figure that out.
I think you guys heartbreaking one for me was Sinking City. I played 12 hours and then I broke the damn warp or something and I just couldn't progress anymore. I was so sad.
You're probably like me, Jay. You're like, I know this probably shouldn't be done in the game or get to that spot, but I'm going to spend the next 2 hours. I'm going to get there, and that's what happened with Arkham Asylum. There was this little thing. I was like, I'm going to try to get up there. And I'm going to get up there. And then he got stuck up there and he couldn't move anywhere. He was stuck and it checkpointed.
That does. Oh yeah, that's exactly Sunken City. Although this was supposed to happen. I watched every video tutorial I could on YouTube. They all did the exact same thing as me, but for them, a portal appeared. For me, no fucking portal. I was so pissed.
I mean, there's a term for it. It's called soft locking in video games.
Yeah.
Mario said he waited 2 years and 7 months for his Grim Fandango collection.
Oh wow.
Gosh, I remember playing Grim Fandango on launch. Like back on PC. That's how old I am, kids.
I did see that controller you just had up. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's the newest announcement from Xbox, the Deadpool ass controller. I thought that was funny. So,
I wasn't sure if it was legit when I saw it first, but it is.
I'm pretty sure that's legit.
I feel like that would just be annoying to play with.
Yeah.
But they'll sell a ton of them because it is what it is.
Do your fingers stink after you're done? Just cupping his ass the whole time?
Well, no, it'd just be cute if you like eating a Snickers bar while you play it because you know
Right.
where that's going to end up. And it's going to look nice. I don't know. I just think that was cute. I like stupid crap like that, even if it's like they only make 10 of them. I think that's funny.
Well, didn't they say this did have like the KFC controller or something that was like a joke too? So it's like you never
console.
know with them.
There was a KFC console.
Okay.
I think that was real. Wasn't that real?
It smelled like KFC.
I thought the controller was like they had like a grease-proof controller that was like a prank or something.
I'm pretty sure that was that was real. There was a PUBG grease-proof controller. There was 300 of them. I was going to buy one.
I remember them literally dunking it in a KFC bucket and like smearing it. I was like,
they did PUBG because when you win a game of PUBG, it's winner chicken dinner, and it's like don't get your chicken greasy with this controller.
Okay.
But anyway, they're like $3,000 today because they were so
Holy shit.
limited. So I regret not buying one.
You know, strangely, what I made some good money on was those LeBron James PS5 controllers they clearanced out on PlayStation for like what, $15 or $20 for a brand new PS5 controller. Ooh.
With LeBron James on it,
It was like a
that's-
bunch of symbols. I think it said King James on it, but it was like a bunch of squigglies and shit. But I bought a bunch of them when they were cheap and then waited. I just sat on them for a minute and then they,
nice.
even if you sell
And
them
then
for
that's the
regular
key,
price
just
for a
not selling things
controller,
right away.
yeah.
When things go on clearance, go on eBay, and there'll be 99% of them all on everyone trying to sell them at once. You
Mhm.
know?
So this I wanted to talk about as well. Have you seen this disaster?
That's way too overpriced.
The analog pocket limited editions.
Why is it so expensive?
I
thought
don't
they were
know.
too expensive the
Like
first
a
time.
Game Boy in style, I guess.
So these things are normally $200 to $220, something like that for the
Still
regular version,
overpriced.
which is still very expensive. I mean, it you know,
No, it's still overpriced.
I think so for something that doesn't even have, you know, analog sticks or whatever. If it's just a D-pad and 4 buttons, but it is a nice unit. It should be like $150, yeah, for what it is. But I just think it's really good because normally these guys sell out instantaneously on everything. And for like the first time, none of these are sold out yet. These have been up for a couple days. Up, this one did. Blue one did.
I've heard they make really quality
Black.
products, but yeah, their prices even in the beginning were outrageous for me. I was like, I have the original hardware, so I don't need this.
Exactly.
So I mean, I'm really into like the little Anbernic handhelds that are like $60, $70. And those are great, and they can play pretty much everything up to PS1, Dreamcast, like no problem. So I don't understand why you would ever. I just don't get this $500. Like,
Yeah.
get out of here.
What can they do that yours don't do, Joe? That's what I don't understand.
Ambernick is where it's at. Look at that. That's the one I got.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah,
and
those
these
things
are these only
awesome,
play the
dude.
cartridges, right? You can't. These aren't ROMs or anything on these, right?
No, you can put an SD card in them and play ROMs, I believe. But yeah, they're designed specifically for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advanced. And then you can buy adapters for them, which are expensive, like $30-$40 a piece. If you want to play like Game Gear and all these other like Neo Geo Pocket, you can get all these adapters. And then if you want a dock for it, that's another $100.
Yeah.
And then I saw, and I guess the shipping's different from depending on where you live. But I saw some people, the shipping there was $80.
Yeah.
$80 for the shipping.
For $500, you should get free shipping. Sorry.
So you're talking $500, and then if you want the dock, it's $100, and then if you want a couple adapters, you're talking this thing's like
It does come with a USB-C cable, Joe.
Sure does. Damn, dude, you're talking like $800.
Or you could just put all those
$850.
games on your phone.
Correct.
And
Or you
play
could just
it.
buy like a Mr. FPGA and be good to go. Those things are like $500, and they smoke these things, and they're not handheld, but it's just, for my opinion, it's
Honestly,
1,000 times better.
And the form factor, they're still kind of old Game Boy form factor. That for my fat meaty hands, that was never comfortable anyway. So
Correct.
you're still gonna have that corner digging into your palm after 2 hours, going, "Ow!"
Yeah.
It's like,
Double
I,
tapping the buttons because they're so close to each
yeah,
other.
I bought the Anbernic Game Boy Advanced one that they just came out with because I thought it was like, oh, yeah, I love Game Boy Advanced. I love it. Blah, blah, blah. You're absolutely right, though. Like, I'm like, boy, my hands are just too damn big for this thing.
Yeah.
So, like, it's fine when I'm just using the D-pad and the buttons, but anything that requires the shoulder buttons, it's like,
my
this isn't
Switch,
gonna
my
work for me,
PSP, my SP, I have to buy the
grips.
adapters, the
Yeah.
grips, the grips for them.
I love collecting Game Boy, but I still want to play my Game Boy games on an emulator.
I don't know.
on PC
For me, I
convenient.
think PlayStation has pretty much had my favorite, like,
forever.
for the every controller they've had just fits my hands. I think maybe with the exception, I do love the GameCube
PS3 was a
controller.
bit small.
Oh, I love the Xbox One controller. I think that's great, and I love the fact that I can play it on my PC and it just works.
I would get cramped on the PS3 one. I felt
The wings were a little short on that one.
Yeah.
A little bit short, yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't like a deal breaker for me.
I think, like I said, other than the GameCube, I think the GameCube might have been my favorite still, but it felt a little cheaper than you know. But
The buttons are a little springy on the GameCube, like the trigger buttons
yeah,
and stuff.
I just like the layout almost though. I don't know, and especially since I have big hands, I think that's why. But
Have you guys ever used custom controllers? Like, you can get custom like FPS controllers, are like $300-$400.
I've purchased some weird ones in the past, but never like custom for me. But
I've been
I
using.
work at a pawn shop, so I've played with them before, and like they're cool. But unless you're competing on the leaderboards,
There you go.
what's
I've
the
been using.
point?
This isn't a fight,
Oh,
really.
it's-
This is a hori, but I've been using this one.
It's a good fight stick.
Is that a fighting controller?
It's very
Yeah.
cheap. Yeah, it's cheap, but I actually
The
really like the
Octo.
way it feels.
The Octa.
even the Switch
Something
Pro
like that.
controllers, I mean,
Yeah, I love
love
the
that
Switch
too.
Pros.
And you know what's crazy is I dog on the Switch like all day long, and I hate it. But I will admit they have the best controller of this generation.
the Switch is
The
great for
Pro
me for puzzle
controller.
Well,
games.
not the ones it comes with. You got to buy extra controllers. I hated the Joy Cons. I had to go out and buy a Pro controller.
Oh yeah, Joy-Cons, that's rubbish. That I don't even know what that is. I'm all like, what am I supposed to do with this thing? You know, it's
Yeah,
No, I
Trying to play
never
with
use
Switch,
Joy-Cons.
It's dock. It's awful.
it's the best feeling controller. I like my D-pad where PlayStation puts their D-pad. That's
I have the big grip. I forget what the company's called. One of the bigger companies that has the grip you slide the whole thing into with the Joy Cons. That actually was pretty comfy.
Oh, I know the one you're talking about, Joe. You've got it. It's the-
Satisfy. That's the one.
Satisfy. Yeah.
That is
I
pretty
have a
good.
couple of their grips.
I know
Um,
someone in the chat a long time ago that asked what our favorite horror game was.
Oh yeah, we had a couple questions if you want to go through them. So
I saw something about Halloween 4Ks. Yes, I have all of the. I have too many copies of those too.
yeah, so Talion wants to know favorite horror game.
Go ahead, Jay. You're the guest of honor.
That's a tough one.
I'm a
I
guest,
mean,
but you're the guest of honor.
oh man, there's a lot of great ones. I think maybe Resident Evil 7 for me, or Biohazard as it's called in some. Yeah, I think that might have been the most immersed I was. But again, I play a lot also of the Friday the 13th is probably what got me into video games again when that came out. What 2018 or 17, something like that.
Yeah.
I loved Alien Isolation is one of my favorites. Any of those that you just feel the dread. Like for me, Alien Isolation, you couldn't do shit about that guy coming in. You could shoot him with a flamethrower, but he ain't gonna be gone for long. You know? But I do love the Resident Evil 7. I think I would love to play that in VR, but I don't know if I
Dude,
I don't know if I would be sick in VR.
Oh, I'd be throwing up all over the place.
That's terrifying. That's how I played that game. I never played it any other way. I just played it in VR. And yeah, dude, I literally had to take breaks, or I'd just be like, okay, I'm too anxious. I need to just stop. I'm not having fun right now. This is actually making me like uncomfortable.
No, I think my favorite horror game is Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the Atari. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's classic.
That one goes for quite a bit, huh?
Oh yeah, and the Halloween
Pretty
one.
rare.
Yeah. I will I'm actually making a video on this. That Halloween game is in here. This is this book is amazing. From Ants to Zombies. Huge book. All
6 decades
all
of
it is
video
about
game.
is
Horror,
the
wow.
horror video games.
Oh, that's
Love
cool.
And
Oh.
it's amazing. And another awesome thing is it glows in the dark. I didn't know this until the other night when I was reading it and doing some reviews. And I shut the lights off to go to bed, and I'm like, what the hell did I leave on? A TV or something? And I look over.
Oh, you left the book on.
bro. The book was glowing.
That's cool.
I was like, cool.
You reminded me of a childhood favorite. I don't know if we exactly counted as horror, but when you were a kid, Zombies Ate My Neighbors was a favorite of mine.
Oh,
on
yeah,
Super
yeah.
Nintendo.
I was thinking that as well. As soon as you brought that up, I'm thinking of the Xbox Zombie Ate My Neighbors. Yeah.
Mhm.
My favorite horror video game, and Ed Morrow, who's lighting up our chat right now, he'll remember this. It's called Sanitarium, and I absolutely love that game. I did a whole review, a whole video, just on that game, and I love it. It's like a point and click PC game,
Mhm.
but you start out in a mental home, and there's a guy just like banging his head, on the concrete wall, and there's blood coming down.
So
And
Outlast-ish.
I just loved,
Outlast is fantastic.
with 16-bit graphics, you know. And I just loved that the atmosphere of that game and the story and everything around it. It was a really awesome game.
Even that Blair Witch game I really enjoyed that came out a few years back.
PS4, yeah, right. I think no, it's not PS4.
Yeah, it's PS4.
It's
Yeah, it did. That's PS4.
Has that red spine. It's cool. My answer is probably not a horror game. Like, if I was to answer just under the direct horror genre, I'd say Silent Hill 3. But, like, I definitely love Bloodborne, and it's got horror elements or something like I'm playing right now, Lies of P, and I've been playing it at night with the sound turned up, and it's been fucking scaring the shit out of me, and I'm loving it.
That game did look great. Actually, I wish I was good at Bloodborne because I played a little bit of it and I got my ass whooped, so I quit. But that game did look really awesome.
Yeah, it's just, if you love blood, that game's absolutely amazing.
all those like soul games and the hardest games have the coolest crap in it, but I'm like, I don't want to do that. I wish they would make an easy mode so we could just enjoy the world and the environment.
There is an easy mode. You just have to put 1,000 hours in first, and then it's easy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like Cuphead, I wanted to play that too, but it was too freaking difficult for me.
And I mean, I'm not afraid of a difficult game, but I'm old now, and I got crap to do.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not sitting around playing a stage for 8 hours to beat it like I was when I was a kid.
Bloodborne, I think I died 20 times in an hour. I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done.
I've been playing Elden Ring for years, and I've always played games just in front of a monitor, you know, YouTube going. And to me, it's never been a horror experience because that's just how I've played it. But I just bought a big TV, 4K sound. I'm playing Elden Ring again, and it scared the shit out of me in some levels where enemies are behind you, and the sound comes from behind you. I've been jumping up and
and just the design of those worlds
at all. So it's really cool.
I've seen some videos of, and like just the design they do for those huge worlds are amazing.
That's
Yeah,
what
you'll be going through a level for 50 hours, and there'll be this door, and you'll be like, "What is this door open?" And it's from the start. And you like go up an elevator and down and up and down. You open, and you're like, "Oh, that connects this area, and now I've got access to here through that." And it's like,
And you might encounter somebody early on your path too that you're not powerful enough to beat, right? So you have to be smart enough to know I should leave and come back. You know, not every game will, you know, let you do that. A lot of times it's like, oh, I'm here, I must be able to beat them. You know.
Well, they do that really well because the first enemy you encounter in the open world is a boss that you shouldn't fight, and most people realize that. The guy on the horse. But some people will fight the guy on the horse and beat him and will die 100 times. And after they've conquered him, they'll get to the next enemy and kill someone instantly and be like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't have killed that guy on the horse."
What up, Six?
But you also reminded me of Doom. If we count Doom as horror, I absolutely love those games. Doom Eternal, man. I think that's when I went bald. I pulled all my hair out on that game, but I loved it.
So yeah, that's when you know, horror is like kind of a big genre. If we were allowed to include lots of things, I would say Evil Dead Fistful of Boomstick, just because I love that game. I play that game like once a year, but it's not scary. It's fucking hilarious.
That game was valuable for a minute, I think. I think it's down again, but
yeah,
I got a copy over there.
I don't care how much it's worth. It's worth it. It's actually fun as fuck.
There's 2 of them on the PS2, ain't there? 2 Evil Dead games?
Yeah, there's another one called Regeneration, and that one's okay. That one's
which is the one with the little guy.
That's Regeneration.
That's the one with the little midget. He's all right, but it's like it's goofy. Not that the other one isn't, but I don't know. I just like the gameplay better in Fistful of Boomstick. I think the actual game's more fun, the combat and everything.
That was a fun game, yeah.
They're both good. But I also really, if we're including like FPS and stuff, like have you guys ever played Blood? It's just called Blood.
No, I think I've seen an anime that way.
Dude, it is so fantastic. It's like an old FPS where you like basically rise out of the grave and you kill zombies and you kill Nazis.
Altered Beast.
And it's got like tons of horror movie references in it everywhere as secrets. So Ash and for Evil Dead's in there, Freddy Krueger's in there. You can find them like secretly hidden throughout the level, like all these different horror movie characters and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, it's such a good game. And then it just got, I think Night Dive redid it for Steam. You can get it like a DOS, you can get it for like $5 on Steam if you ever want to try it. And
Blood. Let me look and see if it's in this book.
it's definitely in there. There's no way it's not in there. And then there's a new game I just started playing. I've actually been streaming it. I have a couple episodes. It's called Cultic, and it's literally just like a spiritual successful to Blood. It's like it looks almost identical, except they're not Nazis, they're just cultists. So in the Blood, they run around and they all have like these robes and they all like just scream in German all the time.
I know what Blood is.
It's like ridiculous, and you have like a flare gun and you can just shoot them and light everyone on fire, and everyone just runs around on fire screaming and shit. Dude, it's such a great game. So fun. And you have dynamite, you just chuck at everyone and blow everybody up. Dude, it's great. Like if you like old school FPS games like Doom, Shadow Warrior, if you like, this one is like prime. It's so freaking good.
I think I've loved every single Doom game I've played, which is most of them.
You would love this game. Yeah, it's just fantastic.
Let's go.
Dino Crisis. You remember that one?
What do you say, Dino Crisis?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dino Crisis is really
Awesome.
nice too. And
That's
then,
again needs a modern treatment. Dino Crisis 1 and 2.
I love
Did you like the newest Evil Dead game since you like the old ones?
It's all right.
It's fun with friends.
It's fun with friends. You play it alone though. It's brutal.
Yeah.
You get your butt handed to you, man.
I think they've already shut that one down, right? They're not doing it anymore with it.
I did a review on it. I think it's dead.
They're not. They said they were no longer gonna produce new content for it.
I always buy the physical copies of all these games too, and it's like I got up here Predator, Hunting Ground, sitting here Evil Dead. It's like Friday the 13th, and all these games are going away. And you're like, Texas Chainsaw is probably next. I got that sitting up here.
Yeah,
some of them. I don't think it'll happen where they'll increase in value because they're going away. But
I just like to have them with my horror collection. You know,
yeah.
There are certain games like Middle Earth, Guardians of Middle Earth. That game has a physical, and the server got taken down. Now it's worth more than what it was because of that reason. Or Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
What's the last film y'all saw in a theater?
Deer Camp 86.
10 years ago.
I don't think it was Deer Camp 86. Although I did see it several times in the theater.
I went to the drive-in, the Muskegon drive-in here, buddy. We went and saw Furiosa and The Watchers. I was not impressed with either one of them. But
I liked Furiosa.
It was okay. It wasn't as good as the Fury Road to me, but
it definitely was not. It's too CG. It takes you out of where the first Mad Max
Fury Road
felt real, and it's still amazing.
I love that actress though, Anna Taylor-Joy. I love her in almost everything. So I watch pretty much any movie she does.
I'm trying to
think. In the first Mad Max, the whole movie was filmed between Melbourne and Geelong. Like none of it's actually filmed in the outback.
Really? I just watched Wolf Creek the other day. I don't know how I feel about you now.
You want to go for a drive?
There's two Australian movies that I really love, and Figsy, you won't know either of them. One is called Patrick. Do you know what Patrick is? So if you watch Patrick, you'll see a lot of similarities that I kind of drew from For Beautiful Prison. And then there's one called Razorback. You ever seen Razorback?
It rings a bell. I'm gonna Google it.
I've seen Bad Taste. Dead Alive.
That's New Zealand.
That's the only ones I want to see.
New Zealand has some crazy horror movies, man.
Dude, Dead Alive is amazing. It's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
With the lawnmower.
Hell yeah, dude.
Ireland too got some very
just the way I like it. There are so many amazing quotes in that movie, dude. He's like, I kick ass for the Lord. The priest starts kicking everybody's ass.
I feel like I've seen that on TV back in the day, the Razorback one with the boar. But because
you found it?
I think so.
Yeah. Stick says he loves him some what is it? Oh gosh, what was it? I just missed it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Blasphemy.
Mine's a comedy. I love a movie called The
Yo,
Castle.
what's up, Brad
An
Bash?
Australian movie. Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Are you kidding me? That
Classic.
movie's dope, dude.
Yeah, so good.
Seen The Frighteners.
Again,
Stop Peter
New
Jackson.
Zealand.
New Zealand.
listen, man, you're getting the country wrong, bro.
No, man, that's the same shit.
It is
Australia,
not.
New Zealand.
No,
New
no.
Zealand is just like a fucking state of Australia. They're like Florida.
Oh my
Right?
goodness.
It'd be like me calling a Canadian an American or a Mexican an American.
Yeah,
Doesn't
go
sit
ahead.
well.
Knock yourself out.
I like
Whatever,
this
dude.
question that just came in.
What do we got here? Was there ever a horror movie that was just too much, meaning they went too far with it, or is there no line you can't cross?
Human
I don't know,
centipede.
For me, there is, I think.
Oh, there's definitely lines.
But it's pretty far.
I don't like the rapey torture shit. That's a little bit much for me. I mean, sure, you know, you watch something like, I think even on the easier end compared to some of them is like, I Spit on Your Grave. You can get through. You're like, that's rough, but at least you get the vengeance at the end or whatever.
Right.
But some of them, man, like I don't even want to watch like the Terrifier shit. That's I saw
Okay.
the murder scene. I'm like,
Dude,
I enjoy
Terrifier,
all
I
movies.
don't need to. See
Terrifier is nasty.
when he splits that girl in half.
Yeah, I'm like, why?
Oh.
Why would I? I don't know. I like the fun horror movies.
So
I love
that
the
that
slashers.
still isn't even the line for me yet. But I'm agree with you about the rape stuff. Like Spit on Your Grave. That's Wes Craven. Still, not so bad. But like one movie where I finished it and I stood up and I was like, I got to go walk this off. Like I'm going for a walk and I'm gonna get some sunshine on my face and I'm gonna was Cannibal Holocaust.
Oh, yeah, dude. Well,
That one I felt went a bit too far.
Well, in that one, I've never watched either because I heard about all the animals they murdered, and I'm like, I would watch people die all day, but I like animals more than people. I don't want to watch poor helpless animals get murdered on film.
Well, what's crazy is the director actually went to jail.
Yeah.
Until every actor was accounted for
Mhm.
because the deaths look so real. But then he still had to pay a buttload of fees for all the real animals he did kill.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's kind of wild. Going to jail over your movie.
Yeah, dude. And so, and in the same vein, like the Hostel movies, like he's in
Yeah.
the director of Cannibal Holocaust is in the Hostel movies. So
I saw the first one. Again, it's like I can watch a movie like that and appreciate the gore effects and the tension and the violence, but at the same time, I'm not having fun watching it. Even like I
Correct.
said, Wolf Creek, I didn't enjoy watching Wolf Creek. That was my first time watching it. It's just so dour and grim. You're like, there's no hope and there's no fun in a movie like that. And I'm like,
I enjoyed it because I could relate it to people that I knew.
Yeah.
in real life.
I love
Like
the
that
first
creepy guy
Saw.
that lives down the road.
Yeah. I love the first Saw. After that, I'm kind of out. I thought they were all pretty.
I
I enjoy Saw up until like 7, 8, 9, 10, where it just got over the top, and I didn't even watch the last one.
The first Saw is actually brilliant. Film writing,
oh,
brilliant.
it's amazing.
Script writing, all that. After that, don't even care.
Well,
I'm
it's
not
like
even
they
interested.
grabbed
and
onto the
stuff.
gore is what I think they thought the gore was the only thing people liked it for, and that wasn't the case for me.
No, it was the twist and the ending and the writing. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. It was a great movie.
But after you do that, how do you like your audience in Saw 2 is going to be like, what's the twist? They're already looking for it.
Well, Saw 2 was good. I still thought Saw 2 was like believable in the way the twist went, and then Saw 3 was just like everyone can't be fucking in on it. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
I just kept going. Okay, we're on number what? I was like 9 or something, whatever Jigsaw is. I'm like, the fucker died in 3. Why is he still here? I don't understand. Stop.
He set all this up before he died.
So
Yeah, he was
fucking
sick.
stupid. I hated that shit.
So
Moving on
I'm-
to a different topic. Have you guys got any pickups to show off?
Games and stuff. Yeah, I got a couple I could show.
I got a whole bunch of stuff. I just wanted to say before we move on real quick. I just I'm for me it was Human Centipede 2. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
I
second
forgot
one was
about
too much.
Human
I
Centipede.
agree with
refuse
you.
to
I'll
watch
turn
those
that movie
too.
off.
So Human Centipede 1, I could make that through that movie, but
Yep.
Human Centipede 2 is
Fucked up.
actually disturbing. The characters, the writing, everything
Human
that
Centipede
happens,
1 is actually disturbing.
dude. Two. I'm telling you,
I never
is
saw
like
it because I know what it is.
2 is real. Like it was one of those movies that like as soon as it was over, I wanted to take a shower. Like you said, I was like,
Was there a third
I
one?
felt yes, there is a third one which I didn't see.
Oh.
But I just, dude, that movie it was like, I felt like I was entering the mind of a sickest person in the world. Like I was getting I was getting someone's sickest fantasy. And it was like you said, I wasn't enjoying it. It was like just it was too dark. Like there was nothing fun about it. It was just disturbing.
You know, you got
And,
that
like-
on replay all day long. It's you have it on in the background right now.
No, man, it was a one and done for me. And
Well,
I'm just
Did
like,
you finish it?
yeah, I watched it. I finished it. I watched the whole thing.
No, I
And
turned it off. I
with the
didn't-
freaking with the hammer, and they was knocking out their fucking teeth and shit. Like,
Speed Killer. I think the second one is the one set in prison. Is that right?
no, the second one's the little pudgy guy who works as a security guard,
Oh, you know what? I did see
First
that.
one was like the Durban
I
guy.
did see that one.
and he's like, he gets molested by his psychiatrist. And then,
Yeah,
like,
I
it's
saw that
like,
one. I didn't see 3. That's the
bro.
one I didn't
It's
see.
just, ugh. It's
Oh,
just like Serbian film's
film?
fucked up.
Well, that's you know, it's a messed up one too that you got to walk away a little bit.
Audition.
Is no auditions. I think audition's good. It's irreversible, or how do you say it? Like irreversible or something like that.
Never heard of
I don't
that
know
one.
what the English title is. That's a scene. There's an awesome scene actually. It's horrifying, but it's awesome, where they bash this dude's head in with a freaking fire extinguisher. It's pretty crazy. But you know another one. What is it called? The Sickness? Is that one's wild too? Korean film, I believe it's called The Sickness.
Oh, Tokyo Shock. We could talk about that. There's a whole bunch of Japanese movies that are way over the line. Way over the line. You see like The Legend of Ricky-O? Ever seen Ricky-O?
Oh, that's amazing. That
It's
Rick-
insane, but it's
Ricky O is a good time though, bro. You
it
can't-
is. It's fun. It's
Yeah,
got that campiness to it that still makes it fun because it's like plasticky and it's like not as serious. You know what I mean? It's like kind of
Yeah.
fun. But yeah, dude, what is it? What's that cop movie? There's some like, what is it called? Maniac Cops? No, not Maniac Cops. That's an American movie.
Maniac
There's some.
Cops are great.
There's this Japanese movie like Tokyo Shock Cops or something. I can't remember. It was fucking insane, dude. Like an Itchy the Killer and everything. There's a lot of really.
You know, it's
fucked
funny
up.
is I was watching Itchy the Killer when my wife went into labor with our first kid, and I had to pause it, and I was like, okay.
And that's how the kid was named Itchy.
And that's why her name's Asia Itchy Vallie.
Yeah, that's right. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to derail, but I just had to talk about Human Centipede. All right, who wants to show pickups? Me. All right,
Let me-
woo!
Can I grab mine?
Yeah. Go. So I got this crappy movie. I don't know if you heard of it. Deer Camp 86. No.
Who's in it?
No, so I picked this up this weekend off of Amazon. Guys, it's like $10. Pick it up. Support the gentleman on the show. It's really good too. Like it's legitimately fun. Like my worst nightmare was I would watch this and be like, oh, and then I wouldn't like it. But I did. I really liked it. It's exactly my type of movie.
Blu-ray's region 3.
And it's exactly like it's not just a horror movie. It's got that fun spirit to it. It's not like trying to be like, it's gross like a horror movie should be, but it's not like trying to mentally fucking scar you for life or like show you just like.
I just loved when they offered
Bravest-
me the role when he goes, "Are you okay with the vulgarity?" And I said, "Fuck yeah, dude." That's all I say. Yeah.
I remember reading the tick scene, you know, the script, and I was like, okay, this will be interesting. Like that's when you knew he was like, okay, this is gonna be a different kind of movie.
All right, so I'm gonna run through these. I got Blu-ray of
Oh,
Dark
yeah.
City.
I haven't seen that one in a while.
Just fantastic movie.
I
You guys ever
have
seen it?
not seen that since the theater.
This is
Conley.
well, yeah, anything with Jennifer Connelly, and it's worth watching 1,000 times.
One of my first parts was I was a featured extra next to Jennifer Connelly. She robbed me in a bank scene.
Lucky
She
you,
poked me with a gun a few times. I didn't get to poke back.
dude. Just to be in her presence is an honor. If you've never seen this movie, it's absolutely fantastic. I call it. It's like The Matrix before The Matrix came out. I feel like it's like one of those big twist ending type movie things. It's a fantastic movie. Absolutely crazy creative. I mean, it's a little dated at this point. I don't know if the effects are quite hold up the way I think they do.
And that's
I
the
think it still
director's
looks
cut.
fucking amazing. I don't know. If you have never seen this movie, I 1000% recommend this movie. It's called Dark City.
I would say I like it better than Matrix.
I do too. I think it's over time. It's better. So I was really, really excited actually when they announced this on 4K. Have you guys ever seen this movie, Leviathan?
Yep.
Dude. So it's basically Alien but underwater. It's very, very similar. It's like they're stuck on instead of being on a ship in space, they're stuck on like a underground, testing facility. And instead of it being a big xenomorph, it's like this weird, like tentacle monster thing that gets inside of people, like bacteria that turns them into monsters and kills everybody. But dude, the cast is fucking insanely good in this movie, dude. Like, I don't even want to. I don't even want
That's
to.
a Kino Lorber release, right?
It's got everybody. It's got so many cool people in it.
Is that Peter Weller?
That's
RoboCop?
Peter Weller. Yeah, that's Ernie Hudson. It's got Marv from Home Alone. He's in it.
You talking about Joe Pesci?
Stein.
No, the other guy.
Daniel
the
Stern.
other guy,
Stern.
yeah.
Daniel
Daniel
Stern.
Stern. Yeah, it's just got a billion people in it. And other people, I just don't know their names. But dude, it's not the greatest horror movie you've ever seen in your life, but it's a good movie. And I remember watching this like a million times on VHS when I was a kid. And like, I was one of those movies where I'm like, I don't think anybody watched this but me. One of those movies.
It's
like
not $40 on Amazon. Let me send you a link.
No. It's
No, I'm talking. Sorry, in the chat. It's Deer Camp.
Oh, for Amazon, for Australian, it could be. That's what I'm trying to say. Australian.
No, they're talking about Deer Camp.
Yeah, let me see how much I can buy it for. It probably is like the price.
Oh,
Yeah,
unless that's someone.
You should be able to get it digitally pretty cheap though around the world.
Yeah, but we're not digital people. We're a collective.
Don't buy Deer Camp digitally on Amazon. They messed that up. You're not going to be happy with it. Buy it on iTunes. If you're buying it physically, buy it. You can buy it on Amazon. All right.
Starship Troopers. I'm not. Everybody knows this movie.
That's a great cover, though.
yes, Steelbook.
Nice.
Pretty cool. 25th anniversary 4K Blu-ray.
Yeah, that movie must have sold gangbusters after that. What's that game? I forget. That came out.
Oh, Helldivers 2?
Helldivers too. Yeah.
That game's awesome.
Yep. And there's a new Starship Troopers game coming out too, so
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll probably
Kind of looks
sell
like
more.
Earth Defense Force, only
Mhm.
better.
Oh man, I love me some EDF.
Conan.
Oh yeah, you gotta have
Ah.
that.
Gotta have it.
Arrow Race.
Little James Earl Jones up in that mother.
Hating him from the Tree of Woe.
Jake Busey was in Starship Troopers, right?
I believe
Yes.
so.
Yeah, he was.
I met him one time, but we only talked about Tomcats.
Well, you know, Mashila made a movie with Jake.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or no, I'm sorry, Gary, the crazy one.
Oh, yeah. His dad. Yeah.
Oh,
I love Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That's amazing 4K, too.
yeah, I couldn't resist. So
That version I love.
I love Jeff Goldblum. It's a good one.
And
So, yeah.
Sutherland just died, didn't he?
Yeah, dude.
That's one of the reasons I bought this.
Speed Killers on Deer Camp 86. So the copy on Australia Amazon is the American copy anyway. So you may as well just buy the $10 American copy with shipping.
Yeah.
Goldblum
It's
in
the
that
A1
movie,
copy.
too. Oh,
Yep.
God, so
Yeah.
good. So
This
good.
is absolutely fantastic. And this is one of those movies that's timelessly scary.
In my brain.
This is timelessly scary. This premise is never not scary. And like the more you look around at our society every once in a while, you're like, maybe this shit is going on. People are fucking weird now.
That movie I have on 4K, VHS, Laserdisc, CED, and DVD.
Hell yeah. It's a classic.
Well, that last imagery of Donald Sutherland is burnt into my brain
No.
at the end of that movie.
Every release of that has like a different poster. So I had to buy like every version because I love all the artwork for it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the old classics coming out on 4K too. So I got The Shining on 4K, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I'd like to get as many of those as they'll release. I'll pick them up. I love
All
that
the
shit.
Carpenter movies look amazing on 4K.
I missed out on the Hellraiser collector's set. That thing's wicked expensive now.
I just sold mine, dude.
Why?
I
Joel,
literally
don't tell me
just
this.
sold the Scarlet Box.
Why is
You're
it?
pulling
Yes,
the
the
butter
Scarlet
in
Box.
and
I didn't know
expensive.
you wanted it.
Bro. I'm 100% after.
I
it.
also sold my what's that? Do you know who Doug is from Retro City Gaming? He has a
Maybe.
I think that's his name of his store. But I sold him my Clive Barker and signed, and Doug Bradley signed with pictures the Hellraiser script.
What the fuck, man? Why that's like one of my top favorite movies of all time. I love Hellraiser, bro. I mean, that's cool.
Told me.
I know. The other thing I want to get, if in case you have it, is I want to get the Puppet Master box set too, with all the Puppet Master movies.
I love
I'm
a Puppet Master. Not as much as I like the sub. What's the
subspecies?
You know, the Full Moon. That's the people who make those Puppet Masters, right?
Full Moon, yeah.
Yeah, I like the other series better though. Not Puppet Masters, the vampire one. What is it? Oh, gosh, subspecies.
Subspecies, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, subspecies. I like those. I like that series better.
Those are good too. But Puppet Master is like. There's like 9 of them, and probably like 4 of them are decent. So it's one of those things. But I love.
I think there's even Dolls versus Puppet Master.
I think there is, yeah.
Blade Runner,
yeah.
Final Cut. Had to
Gotta
pick it
have
up.
that.
So the reason I picked this up is because I bought the sequel, and I didn't have this, and I was just like, "That's just wrong."
Is that the best
Yeah,
cut
we
of
can't
that
do that.
movie? Because there's like 3 or 4.
I don't know. This is the final cut, whatever.
I think I've only seen the
supposedly.
theatrical DVD one.
I don't know. All I know is that I just didn't want someone to come over my house and see my collection and be like, "Why do you have Blade Runner 2 but not 1?"
Because
So is
Who
that
the
new?
hell? Who does that?
Is that new Blade Runner a sequel? I've never seen it.
2049, the new one? Yeah, that's a sequel.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Because
know.
Ana de Armas is in it, and she's the sexiest woman alive. Oh,
She is.
Is she
Sequel.
now?
The sequel is a lot
My
of people
wife
didn't
is
like
the
it.
sexiest woman alive.
It's okay. It's just one of
She
those
won't
movies
call me
too where
anymore.
like they kind of like shit on Harrison Ford's character and they bring him back and kind of make him a pussy at the end, which is kind of a bummer.
didn't they do that to him in every franchise?
That's pretty much what they do now. They bring him back and they make him suck and they
And
make
they
him
kill
half
him.
what the character that he was.
He's
And
always
then,
like,
they, and then they kill him. Yeah, and then
die.
he dies. It's like, what the hell? It's like one of those things where I don't know. I think it would have been better if they didn't bring him back at all. And they just like left his story alone. So
They'll bring him back for a new fugitive and fuck him up too. Don't worry.
I think Roger Deakins shot that new one.
all right, now I got games. So I'll go through my games real quick. So I got Hubris for the PSVR 2.
Moving
So
on.
since
The hubris.
PSVR 2 basically got announced, they're not going to support it anymore. They're like not making it anymore. They're probably not going to do much with them. I just have a feeling like all of these games got like a one print run and that's it. They're going to be sold out and gone forever. So I'm just getting them now before they're too hard to find. So that's Hubris. It's like a sci-fi fucking thing. Embark on a breathtaking visual odyssey to locate a missing agent on a strange planet. There you go. One of those things.
Here's a question really quick.
Yeah.
For example, you're buying the games now because you think they'll probably be worth money. So let's say in the future that thing is worth $150, right? Pretty good price for a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth it to house that thing for the next 20 years so that it's worth $150?
Well, I'm not buying it specifically for that reason.
Okay.
I'm buying it because I have a full PSVR 1 set.
Oh, you do have a PSVR.
Yeah. No, I want to play the games, and I want the physical games, and I just want to get them now before they're $150.
Because to me, it's like okay, 20 years from now, okay, I'll just give you $150 for it.
Yeah,
Rather
I'm not.
than carry that thing around for the next 20 years.
Hey, I'll tell you though, my grandma, when I was a child, I didn't give a shit about Pokemon. She bought me blue and red one year for my birthday. I never played them. I had them sealed for all these years, and I'll tell you, I got a pretty penny for those sons of bitches a couple years.
Oh, thanks, Grandma. Joe, I think
but
the answer to
you
that
didn't know
question is
right? You weren't going
yes,
in going, I'm going to
like
buy
a
this and
question.
hold on to it. So
So
Well, go ahead, bud.
No, I was gonna say I never recommend to people buying video games as an investment. I think that's dumb. Like I honestly think like if you're into that, if like learn how to Wall Street works and make some real money. If you really want to invest and flip money, like learn how to do it the real way. And also stop buying up my video games. Like I don't want people doing that. I don't want people buying 10 copies of games and sitting on them and having, you know what I mean? I'm like, sell them bitches, put them up.
What I do is when I buy them, if I know I'm not going to play them right away, I'll just keep them sealed, and then
Sure.
maybe when I finally am about to play them, then maybe I'll look up the value and see if they've gone up. If they have, I sell the sealed copy, buy the digital or whatever. But
Yeah,
for
make
the
a bit of
most
money.
part, I just open it and play it.
Jay, you're a man
That-
after my
that's
own heart.
100%
Do
the
the
way to
same
do it.
thing, bro. Same thing, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, that-
like it's dumb to open it if you know you're not going to get to that backlog in forever,
Mhm.
and it may go up in that moment. So that's
Yeah.
so.
No, I do
funny you
that.
Said that.
I do the same thing. Like I'll go to like before if I have a game set on the shelf for a few years and I go to open it, I'll always see what it's worth before I do because
Yeah.
like let's say I paid 40 for the game and you look it up and it's selling for 100. Okay. And then you look up and you can get the digital on sale for 20.
Mhm.
I'm like, I'll buy the digital for 20 because now I'm only out $60 and I'm still up $40.
Exactly.
It also goes in reverse though. Like I'll buy something for $59, and then a couple years later, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play this. How much is it worth? I'm like, oh,
20.
$10. Damn, I should have waited. Like, it's
Oh, they go on clearance for $1.
yeah, like it can go in reverse too. So
I try and avoid that by anytime I buy a brand new game, I play it, I sell it right away. I'll only keep stuff in the collection if it's like horror or JRPG or something. If it's your standard AAA title, I'm selling that right away.
right on.
There's another VR game.
Vertigo too, and that's what VR will give me. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a VR thing, Vertigo.
This one
That's
looks
not
cool.
the sequel to Hitchcock Vertigo game, right?
No, not at all. It's just like a run and gun shooter type game. Looks good though. It says one of the greatest VR games since Half-Life Alyx, according to Road to VR, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know. It looks decent though. This game I've heard real mixed things about, but it was cheap, so I picked it up. Earthfall.
oh, we played that on the stream. Me and Reggie play it.
So it's
I sold that.
We can play it sometime with you if you want.
sure. I mean, yeah. I mean,
I-
it's like it's supposed to be like a crappier version of Left 4 Dead, from what I can understand. That's what
I
It's
bought
actually
that
kinda
a
like
long
a-
time ago, and I could not get a match when I tried to play it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Mhm.
It's tough.
You could play offline missions though by yourself,
Okay.
but I heard that's not as that fun. But like I said, I got this like $10, dude. So I
It's
was like,
fun though.
eh.
It's worth $10.
Yeah, why not? If I get to play it once, that's cool. So this I've been looking forward to. It's called Slave Zero X.
Oh, that's out, huh?
Yeah, dude, this game looks freaking cool. So this is
What
like
about
a
Fireflies?
2D action game, but it's supposed to be like super complicated, like your skill set and your move set. So you can do like a lot of stuff, and you can really like control your character well. And it looks really cool, and the artwork looks amazing.
That one piqued my interest when it was announced. So
It looks super cool. The only thing I would recommend to people is that I've heard the Switch version is Garbo. So I got the
big
PS5.
surprise!
Yeah, I heard
Yeah.
this. I heard the
The
Switch
Switch
version.
version doesn't run as well. Oh wow!
Yeah. It's basically
Shocked.
it's basically shite. Now they might have fixed it by now. Maybe it got patched. I have no idea, but I'm just that's from what I heard. It was crap. And then last game, Reggie told me to get this. It's called Super Alloy Ranger.
You're right.
This only came out on the Switch, as far as I know so far. I don't think it got released anywhere on any other platform. Maybe it's on Steam or something.
You don't have to justify your Switch purchase to Joel.
I like eSwitch.
I know that red wall has been freaking giving me
No.
an eyesore all night.
That's right, dude. It's all Animal
I'm just
Crossing.
like, why would someone waste so much money?
It's all Animal Crossing. Every single copy. But this is like a Metroid inspired type game. The only thing I've heard about it is kind of short. So it's only a couple hours long or whatever. But it's like an arcadey type Metroid game. Or I'm sorry, Mega Man. What did I say? Metroid. It's supposed to be Mega Man. It's like a Mega Man game. Why
You
did I
didn't say Metroid either. You said
What did I say?
He said Metroid the first time.
did he? Oh okay.
No.
I thought you
Okay,
said-
it's like a Mega Man.
It can't be
Sorry,
better than
excuse me.
Mighty Number 9, though, can it?
I have a feeling it is definitely probably better than that. Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever
That's
play
all I
that the game you held up, the last one, that horror looking one? It kind of looked like that Streets of Red. Did you guys play that? That's like an indie. It was very horror movie inspired.
Not me.
It was
I
like
haven't played it.
a perma save death game. It was amazing.
Permadeath games are pretty cool.
It's a side-scrolling horror kind of a beat 'em up, but it's all the characters look very much like horror icons. And if you die, though, it literally deletes your save in front of you, like it's manipulative. Like
That's messed up.
it goes, "Oh, here's your save file," just blows up.
I bought some PlayStation 1 games off a collector friend of mine, Raymond, and they're all in like immaculate condition. All these games are always in immaculate condition. So the first one is X-Men Mutant Academy. This is a fighting game.
Yeah.
There's a second one as well, so I need to track the second one down.
I think I
it's
got
just
the
in
second
minty
one.
condition.
I think I have the second one, not the first one.
Storm looking sexy as ever.
Next one, we have Pitfall 3D Beyond the Jungle.
I remember that one.
This is like an adventure type game. Think like Hercules about Hercules or something.
Hercules. I was gonna do the same thing, Joel.
And
I
the
can't.
next one
I
is
literally
like-
cannot hear the word Hercules. And I was like, Hercules.
So I had the first one, and you can't own one without having the second, and that is Medieval 2.
That's actually
Medieval got the PS4 treatment, but I'm hoping Medieval 2 gets the PS4 treatment as well.
How many of those are there? 3 or 4?
It's just 2.
Oh,
And then there was one on PSP as well.
Which is the first one, I think. It's like a.
Is it? Okay.
I think.
yeah, the remake or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever put 2. I don't think the remake did that well. I don't think it sold very well.
I don't think it did either. No.
It went to
Well,
stale.
I
bin
bought
list.
it. I have
It's a fun ass
Well,
game.
next we move on to my next journey, and as you guys have been watching, you will know that I've been going for every Pokemon game released in Australia, including all like the spin-off titles and everything, and it's a pretty big task, everything complete in box. So I picked up a few this week for the DS. These are all from the same person, and I ended up getting free shipping, and they took 10% off the price, so I got them like a little bit under retail. So this one was Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time. Next we have Pokemon Mystery Dungeons Explorers of Darkness. And then for the 3DS, we've got Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon.
Looks like a bunch of
And
games
then
I would never play.
I went out and dropped a little bit of money on some hot grails for PlayStation. A local collector actually dropped them off. He came around, checked out the collection, and we made a deal. I'm pretty happy with what I got. So the first piece is Pokemon Crystal.
More
That's in
Pokemon.
pretty immaculate condition. Yeah, more Pokemon. Saving the best for last.
He said he's getting every one of them.
Well, I didn't know he was going to get every one of them on this show.
He's gonna be the very best. No,
Got the original
one
like
ever
Big
was.
W sticker on it, but I won't be able to take that off.
I've
so
never,
it
played, I've
it
never
actually
played a
didn't have a
Pokemon game in
manual.
my life.
I went on eBay and there was a manual for $100. I'm like, I don't want to spend $100 on a manual. Anyway, I changed my search. You know how Pokemon's got the little like thing on top of the E? I typed that into eBay, and then cheaper one popped up for $50 in better condition. So I got that.
There's a guy here in
I was able
Michigan.
to
He actually
complete
buys
something.
complete games and pieces them out because he says he makes more.
Oh yeah,
And then final piece. This is nostalgic for me. It's
that
not
might be
Pokemon
smart.
related, but for me, when I was a kid, I used to play my Pokemon games on this color Game Boy. So now I've got it complete in box. So it is the Neotones Ice Game Boy, and this is the Australian box version, and it's got the manual and
Pretty.
everything.
That's a pretty one. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, so I'm happy to have this. And for me, like it's the one I had as a kid. It's nostalgic, so it ticks all those boxes.
I just
That was
sold
a
my
pretty good
teal
price,
complete
too.
in box from my childhood a while back.
No, you can't sell the childhood one.
Like I said, I play on the SP, so it's way more
You'll be
comfortable for me. So I was like, I don't need this one. But
you'll be back.
And that's all we've got this week. Some exciting stuff there.
nice.
Go ahead, Jay. No, let's let Jay go. I'll go last.
Well, I just had a couple things. I didn't know we were doing pickups, so I just kind of grabbed what was close because I haven't put them in the catalog yet. Like I said, one of my last limited run orders. I have one more coming, and then I'm pretty much done with them. But these are the ones that just showed up. The Gargoyles one I mentioned.
Yeah.
The Gargoyles remastered.
I'll probably
Um,
end up picking
the
it up. I love
Ninja
it.
Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, the Anniversary Edition, which I guess has some extra characters or DLC or something.
Yeah, that has that Yosaki Yojimbo, right?
Because I actually
Goodbye.
already had the Switch version, but I
Right.
don't know why I need both. But you know how it goes.
Guys, it's
And
got
then-
the DLC on it.
and the Jurassic Park collection. Actually, I used to love that hard as hell Super Nintendo game from Jurassic Park.
Oh, I forgot that was coming out. That's
Yeah.
the SNES Genesis
This has
bundle, right?
Jurassic Park Portable, I guess the Game Boy version, Jurassic Park 8-bit, Jurassic Park 16-bit, Jurassic Park for the Genesis, Jurassic Park Rampage Edition for the Genesis,
That's the best
Jurassic
one
Park
right
2, The Chaos Continues for Game Boy, and Chaos Continues for Super.
Man, I'm
Which-
glad you brought that out because I totally forgot that came out. That might be one I got to.
Which I think this is one of the
can get it
weird
on
ones where the
sale.
Super and the Genesis versions were all different.
Right. Yes. 100%. Like the Super Nintendo's fun too, but it's more like top-down Zelda.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, in the first one on Super, I always thought was fun, but it had no save and it was hard as shit. So
They're
hopefully
all
this
kinda
has a save state or something. I've played a little bit of this. I haven't got back to it. South Park Snow Day.
Yeah, I gotta get that. Love.
And
South
then
Park.
for movies, I just had a recent. I think Target did their buy two get one free, and I really wanted 2 catalog movies from Paramount. Did Double Jeopardy and Red Eye.
Nice.
I got to collect everything Wes Craven. I didn't think
Those
Red
are
Eye was
actually
bad.
really good movies, both of those.
I love Double Jeopardy.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Well,
actually,
the
from-
Judd.
Yeah, this whole movie is just fun as shit.
Yeah.
For those, The Fugitive, U.S. Marshals, Double Jeopardy. Yeah, I was there for Tommy Lee Jones. But then I needed a third one, so I grabbed the new King Kong,
Okay.
Godzilla on 4K.
Oh, I gotta grab that.
Yeah, that was when Tommy Lee Jones was in his prime, dude. Just knocking out bangers all the time.
Oh yeah, Ashley Judd even back then, like Kiss the Girls, all that kind of shit. I loved those movies.
Fugitive
Right
was
on.
insane, dude.
So my first pickup, I don't know if you guys have, if this is on your radar. If it's not, you need to pick it up ASAP, and that's Deer Camp 86.
yeah.
Starring Jay Bidwell. Awesome. My favorite line from this movie is, and I sent Joe the behind the scenes when I filmed it while you were filming it, is when, and I use a line all the time since I'm in the film industry, is like, what do you got, Parkinson's?
Yes.
Because the camera's so shaky. And so, yeah, this one, pick it up. Amazon, buy it physically on Amazon. Do not buy it digitally. If you're gonna buy it digitally, go to Apple or something. You can also buy it in Walmart as well. Cool.
Just buy 16 copies of the DVD and of the Blu-ray.
And if you ever meet me or Jay, we'll sign them for you.
Is it on
always
any
find them
streaming
on that-
services? Joe?
What's that?
Is it on any streaming services, or can you only get?
Yeah,
the-
I think so. Like,
For rental, not for like subscription.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Will that change in the future? I don't
I'm
know
sure
how.
it will.
yeah, 100%. I imagine that. Another pickup I got is this, and I just released the video on it. If you haven't watched it, it's actually doing pretty good number wise, and it's the unofficial N64 visual,
Oh, that's cool.
and it's got like those like 3D covers. You know, when you move it, the picture moves.
Lenticular.
Yes, thank you. And it's a hard cover, hard case.
That's
And
cool.
you open it, it's another hardcover, and it's the N64 library. Some great memories, some great games in here. By Bitmap Books, which is my favorite book company.
Yeah, they're awesome.
If you watch my
That's really cool.
Big, huge coffee table books like that are great until you got to move. And
Yeah,
you're like,
that's true.
why are these boxes so damn heavy?
No, I agree 100%. And I just got this one from Bitmap Books, and we talked about it earlier. And it's probably one of my favorite Bitmap books now after reading it and going through it. And it's From Ants to Zombies. It glows in the dark. It's huge. It's all about horror games. It's freaking awesome.
What's
And,
the resale on that one? I might pick that up.
Oh gosh, they just sent them to me.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a pretty thick book. That's probably an expensive one.
I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
that's a $30-$40 book.
I don't know what
Yeah.
they cost, but I mean, if they didn't send it to me, I'd probably buy it. You know what I mean?
That looks cool, like a cool book. Yeah.
Totally worth it. But what was I going to say about this? I can't remember. I on Twitter I said if you have a YouTube channel or something and you wanted to get on my episode. So Jay, if you want to do a 1-minute spot talking about a video game that you love,
Yeah.
let me know. And
will.
Joe Rad, you guys, if you want, let me know.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'd be cool.
I'm
I'm
sure
this
there's a million I forgot to mention too.
Oh yeah. This I bought on Amazon. It was like super cheap. Okay, Gordo says it's $43 for the Ants books.
Thank you. That's not bad.
But it glows in the dark, so it's also a
It
torch.
glows in the dark. It's wild, man. I didn't even know that. I just had to have this, and I'm so glad I picked it up. It has some great art in it.
Oh,
It's
wow.
hardcover. The Mega Man official complete works. I love Mega Man games.
What's your favorite one?
Oh gosh, I kind of have a lot of nostalgia with, and it's not the most popular one, but it's the first one, the very first Mega Man. I made a video on how Mega Man made me cry when I was a kid because it's just so brutal. And two's a little more forgiving, right? But
that cover art on the first one will make you cry, won't it?
Oh yes, 100%. It was just I have such fond memories of it being such a surprise because there was nothing to rent. And I definitely wasn't going to rent that piece of garbage. Like, what is that? I'm not going to rent that. That cover is horrendous. But I had rented everything. And I wasn't going to rent Nightmare on Elm Street again.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right. And I took it home and I was like, what is this? This is before you knew Capcom was like Capcom, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that, so
I played the hell out of X as a kid.
X?
Mega Man X on Super Nintendo.
Oh, yes. I've never beat X.
Oh, those are like my favorites.
It's hard. It's a hard freaking. I don't think I ever beat it, but I played the hell out of it.
Yeah, like I don't know why. I beat all the games, but I never beat X. So the next book I got is it's called The Art of the Box.
Oh, that's lovely.
And this is all like box art cover, like Ultima.
Ultima, yeah, that's it.
That's cool.
Damn, what game is that?
Heyo.
Hey girl, how you doing?
Those are those Boris covers probably. No, I don't know.
Old PC games and stuff.
You know what I mean?
Like Shredder almost up there.
Back when the game was sold on the artwork and it had nothing to do with the actual game.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the game for the Super Nintendo. I had that metal battle or something, was it? With the Super Scope, the other one.
Yeah, I mean, I could just flip through this. There's
Doom.
We could just go down memory lane. Just going down these covers, man.
Red Rash.
Earthworm Jim.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the big games get these like nice write-ups,
Monkey Island.
Oh yeah, it's cool. There's
King of Fighters or whatever.
That one picture just reminded me that Super Scope even existed.
Yeah,
I totally forgot I had that as a kid.
Another
That's
huge
cool.
book. This one is big as far as like more big. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
I
now
got
he's
a
bragging
big
about
head.
his size too. Look at that.
It's crazy.
Where do you keep all your books, Joel? You got a big bookcase to store
Oh,
them all in?
dude, yeah, it's crazy. Like the shelves I got for the books, and they had to be heavy duty because these things are heavy. They're weapons.
I used to sell books, and the shelves I had for them were like 4 tons.
I got these. As you know, I can't do a pickups video without showing some ease. And I know Gordo's in the chat. He probably got these too. These are the ease logo pins that came out not too long ago.
Nice.
This is the gold one.
That's beautiful, man.
Here's the silver one.
That's cool.
And then this one is actually really cool. It's like the metal rose,
Oh yeah, nice.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys know, Ease is my favorite franchise. So
Yeah, I can't wait for Nordics to come out, man.
it's just pretty
Right around the
close
corner.
down the road here.
Right around the corner.
And then I picked up collector's edition of Trails Through Daybreak.
Oh,
Nice.
got the bit.
Did the
big
second one's
boy.
already out for pre-order?
Sure is coming out next year.
What's that? I didn't hear you. What?
The second one got announced like the day that they put it out.
Are you kidding me? Really?
No, it's already up
so-
for pre-order. Trails through Daybreak 2.
That's cool.
They just on the second one, right? So the first one didn't get an Australian release, but we can pre-order the second one. Go figure. So now my collection's gonna be like PAL, Australian PAL. Just
Here's
so
my
we know.
sealed copy of Soul Deece.
Oh, nice, dude.
Nice.
Great Genesis shmup.
And
Did you get Eliminate Down as well?
it's on its way.
Oh, God, I love that game, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I beat it on the stream.
Eliminate Town? It's fucking
Yeah.
hard, dude. It's a
Yeah,
hard
yeah.
ass game. Like it really is hard.
El Viento.
I've never played that one.
And me and Gordo played this on the stream as well for the Sega Genesis.
Like an action game or something.
Got my sealed copy of the NES game Jester,
Nice. From
Still
Acclaim.
nice.
which, if you don't know, was never released. It was made years ago, never released
I love that
Until-
cover art.
just recently. So,
I was gonna say it looks like a new game. That makes sense.
Joel, big announcement this Saturday from the book company doing E's tabletop game. Yeah, let me know. I'm ready to pre-order it. Now, this game is awesome. It's sealed. I'm not going to open it. It even came with a plastic cover. First time on the Super Nintendo in the US. King of Demons
Oh, sick, dude.
Nice.
with that black cover. Or
Yeah,
the black card.
case looks cool.
This game's awesome too. It's a really good game. Evil like I like it. You know,
It's always
this is a good-
amazing what just changing the color of the cartridge could make a game so much cooler. Like when Doom had the red cartridge.
Yeah,
I was a kid going, it was so in Maximum Carnage.
Maximum Carnage. Yeah,
Maybe like
that's
the
one.
Pokemon games just being blue and red and yellow, you know.
Mhm.
Well, even
not
like
gray.
I feel like Zelda is the one who started it with the gold, right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, why wouldn't you want a gold cart? Like that's like
I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
people with those custom Splatterhouse with the blood spatter. I want one of those.
Those
Yeah.
are rad.
Splatterhouse, man. If you haven't played Splatterhouse on the PS3, do yourself a favor and get it done.
I don't know if I
It's
have
a
that
great
one yet.
game.
So good.
Joel, have you seen the Are you done or do you have more?
Yeah, that's it. That's my
Okay.
pickups.
They had I think it's same company. They made a game that had like all of the endings for every video game. So it just like shows the
Spoiler
pictures.
alert.
It's literally like if it's like the ending of every game. So if you're just curious about like what the end looks like and you just want to see, maybe there's a game you played when you were a kid, you never finished it, you're always curious, you can like look it up, see what the ending happened.
is it a
read
book?
show the picture. Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's the same company. I'm
I
not.
feel like
Imagine
I
they
know what
spoiled
you're-
Last of Us for you.
No, I feel like I know the book. I don't think it's Bitmap though.
Oh, okay. I could be wrong. I can't remember. I saw it recently and somebody showed it up. I think maybe Johnny showed it up.
Is
or
it that the
something
one
like
that has? Does it have Zelda on the cover? Actually, I think I have it bookmarked. Let me see, because I think I was gonna pull the trigger on that bad.
maybe
boy.
it was Reggie. Somebody said, I don't know. I watch too many damn YouTubers. I don't know. Literally, it's all a blur.
It's odd because I don't watch any YouTubers. It's weird.
Dude, I watch too much YouTube for sure. Like I don't.
I
I don't
only
have
watch
cable.
transparent nighty try-on videos on YouTube. So
I watch YouTube, but I just watch different stuff like food eating videos and
Oh, I have tons of weird stuff I watch on there for sure. It's not all video game stuff, but yeah, I don't know. I just regular TV doesn't really cut it for me, and I don't have the patience. And I don't know about you guys, but like I'm so sick of getting invested in these fucking streaming shows that never get finished.
They cancel.
They all
yeah.
get canceled. I'm so over it, dude.
How do they
so
even
you
start
wait
a
till they've been
show
out
unless
for a
I
while
know?
before you jump in.
I'd rather wait for seriously. I would rather wait till a show's like 6-7 seasons deep.
100%.
And then I'm like, okay,
Yeah, but that's
cool.
the
This
road
is
that-
this is worth me investing my time into, because I just too many times I'm like, it's frustrating as hell when you watch a show and it's like really good and then you find like it's canceled. Like they just canceled Halo. I don't know if you guys or anybody watched Halo, but that's done. 2 seasons, no more Halo shows. Not that I watched.
I'm
it,
not
I care
sad about that.
I don't give a shit. I'm not into Halo, but I'm assuming some people are, and they're probably upset.
Well, it's always worse too when they end with a cliffhanger. Yeah, and then you're like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
You never get this."
what happened?
Remember the Hannibal TV show? That
I was just gonna say that,
Oh.
dude. That was the worst one ever, dude. Like, what the fuck, man?
They were talking about doing a movie with that team, and then it fell through or something. I don't know, but oh
Yeah.
man,
They were talking about coming back and doing 2 more seasons to finish it. Look at
that
but-
ending though, they did tell them. They said, "Do what you're gonna do. We don't know if you're coming back." So they kind of make it a crazy ending where you're like, anything could be.
yeah. That was. they did that smartly, I feel, because like it could end like everybody's just that's the end of it, or you know, like you said, it leaves it open for more if they
So
decided to pick
I'm
it
glad
back up,
somebody
so.
loves that show as much as me. I know that's got a huge cult
Love
following.
that show, dude.
Did you
So
see
good.
that Brian Fuller left? He was going to do the Friday the 13th series too, and he left the show over creative differences. I'm so pissed.
Dude,
If anybody could do it, it would be him.
Hannibal is beautifully shot. Like it is gorgeous to look at that show. Like it's so funny. Like when you first start watching it, you're like, ew, gross. Look what he did to that corpse. But like by season 3, you're like, oh man, I love how he took his eyeballs and stuck them in his butthole. That's a really like that's beautiful. And then I love how he put the antlers in his ears, and then he put his thumb up his man. That looks really cool. Like it's like really like it's like it becomes like artistic.
You know the shot in Deer Camp
and everything.
The shot in Deer Camp 86 where the camera slowly moving around the room and you see the shadows of the antlers.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That reminded me so much of the shots from the Hannibal show. And I don't think Mashila had seen that, but I think he was the one, somebody was moving a light on set or something. And he just saw the way the antlers played on the wall and goes, wait a minute, let's get this.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, that's the first thing I thought was, this feels like the Hannibal show.
No, that was a huge theme. Is that because that first guy, that serial killer, what's his name? Hobbs or whatever.
Yeah,
used to hunt with his daughter, so there was always that.
I love that show. If you're a horror fan,
so good.
Yeah, I never thought anybody could win me over after Hopkins, but man, Mads, he's so good on that show.
It's funny. My girlfriend, she'd never seen the films. We watched the show, and she was like, "Oh, the other guy's so much better," and I'm like, I think she's right. I kind of like the show better. I really do. Like, I surprisingly, like, everybody's like, Anthony Hopkins is the great, and he is. He's fantastic. Don't get me wrong. He's fantastic. But I thought Mads seemed to me like a real psychopath. You know what I mean? Like that's how I would expect a real psychopath to act, is how he did.
That one moment, he's talking about. He's talking to, I think, Will, right, about the serial killer who's free. And he goes, what did you say to him? And he goes, I said, kill them all. And then I gave him your address. He just says everything in that. You're like, what? And then he's like, click, okay, get the fuck out.
So good. Oh man. So yeah, highly recommend that. But I just so you are forewarned, it does have a kind of a cliffhanger ending that they never pick up again. So it is what it is.
Someday.
But yeah, that's the only thing I just about watching TV shows this day that's a little frustrating. So I don't know. I've been revisiting a lot of old shows. I don't know about you guys, but that's where I'm at lately.
That's all podcast is watch sitcoms from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like a sitcom. My go-to sitcom, like when I think about growing up, is Cheers.
Yeah, that's solid.
That's my probably number one, you know.
A friend of mine called me last week and was like, hey, we're going to the beach. You want to go? I said, oh, I can't. I got to sit here and watch 6 hours of Car 54. Where are you?
Oh, my gosh.
He's like, what? It's like, don't ask.
And that's what, 70s?
50s. Or 60s.
60s?
1961.
Jeez. So you got a whole wealth of information of TV in your head.
Yeah, there's a lot of things hanging around in there.
Give me a hidden gem in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s.
Hidden gem? Ooh.
Yeah.
50s. I mean, 50s. I feel like the big ones are the ones that are going to stick out, like Honeymooners, I Love Lucy, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But you had, let's see, Ozzie and Harriet. You had, God, what's the? We covered one that was amazing, and we got a lot of flack for it.
The Patty Duke Show.
I've heard that's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, it's not bad. I used to watch that on Nick at Night.
I think Life with Elizabeth is a favorite of people with Betty White, right?
Yeah, young Betty.
Oh man,
Mr. Ed.
Hidden gems.
Green Acres is amazing. So is Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, we haven't covered that yet.
I Dream of Jeannie. Fuck yeah.
I Dream of Genie 60s is great. Yep.
Dude.
Hey, that's one I watched.
I
yeah.
Dream of Genie. That girl, she's fucking hot.
You
I
like
don't
that
give a
one, do you?
fuck. Oh my god, she is so hot, dude.
I was in Bewitched.
How could you
Elizabeth
not
Olsen.
want a hot genie? What a great fucking
every man's
show.
dream.
Yeah, what the heck? And she's just like, "What do you want, master?" I'm like, This is clearly appealing to the male
I
fantasy.
think you know. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what you would think would be a hidden gem. So I don't know. And we've covered mainly bigger ones from those decades right now.
Gotcha.
So yeah, where can everybody find you? So it's on major everything that's like Apple, iTunes, everything like that. Spotify.
Sitcom My Face. Yeah.
Sitcom My Face. And then do you have any other social media people can follow you on? YouTube or Instagram, anything like that you post on?
Yeah, my gaming YouTube channel is Noob Sweat with JJ Bidwell on YouTube there.
Nice.
I'm at Bidwell Fog on X and Instagram.
Mhm.
The show you can find also on Facebook.com/sitcommyface. So
Cool.
I stream on Twitch like twice a year, so you can follow Bidwell Fog there.
Yeah, so my schedule is pretty much.
Yeah.
Are you working on any new projects after Deer Camp? Taking a little break? Or?
I got a few offers. Actually, I'm in the talks for. I don't know if I can say anything yet, but yeah, there's a few things coming down the pike.
Very cool. Well, guys, follow them and keep up with them. Subscribe if you want to hear anything news. Definitely check out Deer Camp. Joel, what are you working on these days?
I actually just wrote a part for Jay. It's a small part, but
Who told you about that?
what's that?
Who told you about my small part?
But I was like, this would be funny. I just have to get because writing the new script, the budget went up quite a bit. And I was having supper with my producer on Sunday, and I said, I need this much more money.
I've decided to make it in outer space and dinosaurs. We need dinosaurs, so budget's going up.
So right now I'm currently like, if you see me yawning a lot, I just got off an 18-hour shoot, and it was brutal. But so that's done. We wrapped on that last night, and I'm doing the Creep Show type horror anthology.
Oh, fucking awesome! Love Creep Show.
And so one of the stories has a small part that I'm thinking Jay for. And so we can work together again.
Awesome.
And he's literally just finding out right now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, and then we have to have that finished by the end of the year. I just found that out on Sunday, and I was like, wait a minute, because that's gonna be quite the stretch. I also have I am writing the script for a movie that has two famous, pretty big actors in it, and I can release the name of one, which is Danielle Harris, which I put on Instagram about a year ago that we were starting this.
I've met her twice. She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, and so I got to do that. That's actually the producer Jay. It's Don.
Oh yeah, I love Don.
And yeah, so where that's still a little bit far away because they're still doing deer camp stuff, I think. And so and then there's another movie. What is it? Oh gosh.
Porky's 7.
Oh,
We're bringing it back.
The next year.
I'm actually directing
Meatballs 5.
I was trying to because I thought maybe we could make an official announcement on this podcast, but I'm directing a video game. And
no shit.
And it's big, and everyone's gonna love it. It's gonna be awesome. And once you find out everyone who's involved, you're gonna poop yourself a tad bit. I was hoping that he would come on the show, but I don't know where he's not answering. I can't say much yet. I can't.
Joel told me he's gonna get Buck into Dead by Daylight, so work on that.
Can I just be a corpse in something? I don't give a shit if it's a game, if it's a movie. I just want to get murdered in something. Come on.
I can murder you
Uh-huh.
if you pay for your plane costs. If
you're
that dedicated,
Yeah.
I will murder you.
I gotta
Fuck
tell you,
yeah.
I've been
I will
covered
fly
in
somewhere
fake
to get
blood and
murdered.
stuck to many floors. It's not worth it. It's always cold. But it's always sticky.
Well, that's 'cause-
Textorm says, "What about the Ease movie?" Because if you don't know, they
Mm-hmm.
released La Cremosa of Donna on a book.
It's a book. Yeah, yeah.
And I wasn't joking, but I said, "Who would like to see me direct this, make this a movie?" And the publisher said we would, and the author of the book as well. And so I'm like, huh, maybe down the future, you never know. You might see an Ease movie. You never know.
I'm imagining Joe flying out in a plane, and the guys next to him like, "What are you heading out here for?" And Joe's like, "I'm going to get murdered."
Yeah, real good. I'm gonna die real good though.
Well, like I was the same way. I mean, even though I make films and stuff, I always wanted to. A headshot in The Walking Dead.
Tyler got
so
it.
my buddy had filmed 8 seasons of The Walking Dead, and I'm like, dude, he's like, if you're gonna get on, we're finishing up the show, because I was always so busy and I just couldn't make it. He's like, you've got to get on this season. We can get you in. We can do this and that. And I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. And then I got COVID. And I couldn't go.
And you got real sick. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It knocked me out for a couple years, man.
Look like a real fucking zombie.
Yeah, it was rough times. That was
tough. That was tough. I'm glad you're better, by the way. Well, Figsy, everybody knows where to find you. But yeah, if you guys,
I've been streaming on Twitch like twice this week, 2 days in a row, for the first time in like a couple of years.
Heck yeah! And then
what did you
I did
stream?
a 6-hour stream the other night.
What did you stream, Figsy?
I played GeoGuessr. That's the game that I made. So I've been streaming GeoGuessr. It's you know what Google Street View is?
Yeah.
So it uses Google Street View. It puts you in a random place in the world, and you got to work out where you are.
It's pretty interesting, actually. Yeah, if you can find some signage with the language, and hopefully,
And you try to guess where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I play it pretty full on. I was like trying to make the World Cup last year and everything.
Do you allow yourself to move, or do you stay right in your first?
The other night I did 1 hour of no moving, panning, zooming 10 seconds, for example. But I do moving as well, and I play all type of game modes.
Let me just make it clear in the chat. I am not making an Ease movie.
It's Figsy Games on Twitch.
Because someone's like, Ease movie, that's dope. I'm like, I'm not making it. There was just this little interaction that happened on Twitter. But if anyone should make the freaking movie, it's definitely me.
Well, they already gave that to me, so you're in trouble.
Are you?
And I've never played a single game, so it's gonna be great.
Yeah, if you're looking for our Twitch, our YouTube's, X's, all that stuff should be in the description. I dropped Joel's Media Glitch stuff in there. Jay, I have like I don't know if I have some of your stuff in there. Maybe if you can send me, I can put links in there.
Okay.
You guys can follow me on X as well. I do have a YouTube, and I'm pretty much building my follow exclusively on X, just because I feel like that's more appropriate for me because I'm kind of an asshole. So that seems to be more my audience. So if you have an X, I don't know. YouTube's too nice and
I'll send George Lopez over.
Yes, let's say yes. Like I don't know. I feel like X is a little more raw, a little more brutal around there, and I think that's a better fit for me. Because I'm just gonna like eventually get in trouble on YouTube, so I just know how that goes. So yeah, follow me on X, follow me on YouTube. I've been streaming that game Cultic. I'm trying to stream a little bit more, play some games. So, and then if I get to 250 subs on YouTube, I will make an actual YouTube video and put it on my channel. I'll show off something in my collection, But I know I get to 250. Otherwise, I'm not doing it. That's the deal. Yeah. Any last thoughts? Anybody want to bring up anything before?
Who we got on next week, Joe?
Next week, actually, we have RGT 85 coming to join us. Supposedly, pretty exciting stuff.
That's exciting.
Yeah, and then
tell Sean I said hi. He knows me.
I will tell Sean that you said hi. And then we're also going to be booking in Mystic Ryan in a few weeks. That should be happening too. So that's pretty exciting.
I can give you a hint
too.
of the only game I've been playing for the last 2 weeks.
What have you been playing?
Is that a ray gun?
Is that
No,
from the Switch game?
That's the High on Life game, I think, right?
This is
yeah,
Killer
yeah,
Clowns
yeah.
from Outer Space.
Oh, Killer Clowns. Okay.
We've been playing a lot.
I bet that was a Call of Duty ray gun.
The cotton candy gun.
I
Hmm.
wanted them to send it to me, and they said I wasn't a big enough YouTuber, and I haven't played it yet. Is it good?
Wow.
I mean, good's a strong word. It's fun. Yes. If that's your only qualification, then yeah.
What's is it
broken
better
to
than
shit.
Dead by Daylight?
I played Dead by Daylight every night for like 3 years, and I just got bored and I got sick of them breaking it. I would say this game is this game's more Friday the 13th than Dead by Daylight.
Gotcha. I remember I was talking about Dead by Daylight on set,
Mhm.
and you were like, "I'm done."
The 13th time I got stuck in a locker and had 3 crows and couldn't get out, I gave up. Said, "Fuck this game."
You and crows, my man. You got to be
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
very
Hey,
careful about that. I was gonna actually bust up my copy of The Crow to see if I can give you PTSD, but I don't know if people would get the joke. So
Which is interesting. Is some people are like, "Well, why did Buck die? Like he didn't do
see,
anything."
they're not paying attention.
And they're not seeing the details, right?
that was
Correct.
the line I was talking about that I had changed because originally that whole diatribe about the crow, why would I do this to a crow? And it was like too much. And that's when they came up with the sprinkling of the feathers, which I thought was brilliant.
Yes, which that should have given it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
There
That
was
wasn't
something-
originally there until we changed that whole line.
I
there
think that was
There
smart.
was something in the crow scene or the gun scene that I told Mashila. I gave him a note and he changed that too. I'm trying to remember what it was.
They're
I
really
can't-
good about that.
It's so many years, I don't even remember. Like, you know. So
Well, if you guys want to figure out what the hell we're talking about, pick up Deer Camp. Check it out. It's a good movie.
thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming
Thanks
on.
for
That was-
coming on, guys. It's been a blast.
Oh yeah, I was gonna show the monster from our movie now has his own energy drink company called Powwow Energy, and it's amazing. So shout out
That's
to
the
you,
The
Anthony.
guy who plays the monster. You would think it's sorry. Never mind.
If you want the same murdering power as he does,
It's so good. It's like, wow, you're a talented monster and you have an amazing energy drink. Good job.
You don't know how the monster killed everyone. He drank those.
Well, you know what's crazy is I believe isn't Anthony and the girl who starred, that's his niece, right?
No, the other bartender was
The other bartender's his
the
niece.
bartender that's serving me, Carlos and Egbert.
Gotcha. I knew someone was related and I couldn't remember in that movie. So
good
All
stuff.
right. that's it, man.
All right, guys. Well, we'll have to do this again soon. We'll have to get some updates once when Joel is officially directing the Ease movie, like he said.
I'm not doing that. Don't even start those
Your
rumors.
DMs
Well,
are screwed, bud.
We'll definitely have to get touch back in. I'm super interested in the horror anthology, especially if Jay is going to be in. It sounds like a lot of fun. So we'll do this again soon. And
If
hope
he's got to accept the role.
that's true. But yeah, thanks for everybody for watching. Hope everybody has a great evening, and
Yeah, everyone.
that was badass. Have a nice night, everybody.
Later.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
You found the coolest place to be, the PlayStation collecting sets, and come on, won't you stay with me? Welcome to the show. Gather round the boys and girls, collectors from around the world. Let's show the people what they need to know. Welcome to the show. Gonna talk to guests, only got the best. Gonna put their knowledge to the test. Gonna laugh and eat, gonna live the dream. Gonna show you things you've never seen. Gonna sing the song to the break of dawn. Gonna rock this party all night long. So come on, everybody, let me see you dance. Get yourself ready, you got one more chance. You found the coolest place to be.